6 a.m. and already the boy ain't right.
Sound. There we go. Is that Matt? Let me know if that's better.
I wonder if did you start this thing before we did all the audio?
No, we should be good now. I think we should be good. I think I might have fixed it.
All right.
So Matt, anybody watching right now? Yep, there we go. All right. We're all good.
Huh?
We're all good.
We're all good?
You're good. Yeah.
What? Okay.
We're good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're good.
That's Chris Stapleton. He'll be at the Huntington Center on a big show, and we've got Tough Love with Siri coming your way next Friday. Facebook Live, guys at 4-9. Also hanging out with us here today. We'll get to all that coming up with Lynn and Marco on Toledo's K100. That's just something new we're doing.
There we go. Is that am I supposed to be hearing an echo in there? I'm hearing an echo in my mic when I switched over to radio. I'm hearing you say it here, and then I'm hearing it.
That's a delay.
Okay. So that's
that delay won't go on the radio though. We'll just be like a half second behind.
All right, that's gonna throw you.
Oh, really? Well, you're listening to.
Well, if I'm hearing it in my head, if I'm
right, you're the only one hearing a delay.
I'll just leave the headphones off.
Yeah, when we're on the radio,
then it won't mess with the hair. So
okay,
yeah,
all right. Yeah, when we're on the radio, you would hear an echo because we're listening to the actual. You're actually listening to the real radio.
Gotcha.
Second behind.
Yeah, you enjoy that here while you got it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Clint McCormick, actually, no, I won't be able to make it down to the Shamrock Shuffle tonight.
What?
No, I've got my daughter's show tonight. She's doing Annie Jr. That's taking place this evening out at the Franciscan Center. So if you're looking to take your kids somewhere, that's a great opportunity to do that. But also, who else do we have coming in the 7 o'clock hour?
Not coming in. Let's do
Mayor Wade Kapszukiewicz. Toledo Mayor Wade Kapszukiewicz is going to be stopping into the studio.
Is it Kapszukiewicz or is it Kapszukiewicz?
Kapszukiewicz, I think.
Kapszukiewicz. We'll ask him when we get here. He probably won't remember. He remembers everything else.
Everybody has mispronounced it over so many years, I think.
Yeah. He remembers everything else. He remembers
fix my camera.
He can remember Academy Awards. Bring it down a little bit. I'm seeing this. There you go. There we go.
That's I don't know. I can't see anything.
So he can recall Academy Awards since the beginning of time. We can
baseball series
baseball stats,
40 years ago.
Super Bowl stats, all that stuff. It's insane. World Series, everything. So we'll have to make sure we ask him about that. All that stuff. Who else? We got 8 o'clock hour.
Kathy from Pat and Dandy's coming in. She's going to
right.
bring us some corned beef. They're going to be serving it up all weekend at their place, so they're excited about that.
Who isn't excited about that? Pat loves corned beef.
I do love corned beef. I make a mean corned beef. I make a pretty good Jigs dinner.
Nice.
But you know what I don't use? I don't use
conditioner.
I do use conditioner. I even have a stay-in conditioner. Why would you bring up my hair? What is this? What are you trying to do?
Your hair up with that?
What are you trying to do? I don't use cabbage. I use sauerkraut.
Not a fan of cabbage.
Or sauerkraut is cabbage.
It is cabbage, but it's just not. I don't buy like a head of cabbage and throw it in.
You like
that stuff makes me sick. Really? Here's the thing about the Irish. We have terrible cuisine. We really do. We have corned beef and cabbage. That's it.
And shepherd pie.
As I said, we have terrible cuisine. Have you ever had shepherd's pie?
Yes.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever had good shepherd's pie?
No. And the soda bread. Soda bread, too. Irish soda bread.
Soda bread is awful.
Yes, it really is.
It's terrible. We really have the Italians.
What's wrong with you people?
Marco, you have.
Well, that's why I look the way I do.
You have
why the Irish
probably
drink.
got the best.
All right.
You've got the best. You've got the best in terms of cuisine.
Hold the thought, and you're going to want to actually have the headphones on for this, so you can hear Tough Love with Siri. So one of them has to do with Patrick.
Oh boy.
Florida, Georgia line on Toledo's K100. Lynn and Marco, thank you so much for hanging out with us here. Looks like for today, clearing skies, spotty showers early, but then afternoon sun and a high near 54. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 33.
Right now, it's 49 at Toledo's K100. Your weather is sponsored by Jim White Toyota. Cars arriving daily. Right car, right price, right now. Traffic is brought to you by Towers Armory, home of the one-day CCW class. Already had an early morning accident that is 75 southbound after South Avenue. Left lane blocked, according for one traffic map. Another looks as though they may have it cleared. But that looked to be our only trouble spot so far this morning. If you see others, contact us on that Perrysburg Premier Garage or phone and text line, the number 419-240-1000.
You're in her world now. K100. This is Tough Love with Siri. K100.
You know, you can go to our website, or even just go to our website, or even just the text board to ask your question for Siri. We got a few yesterday, so she'll be answering those questions coming up. Whatever way you do it, we don't care. We have a very special Siri that's on that iPhone 4S. And when she was first out, she was a little mean, a little terse, and that's the way we love her. So we ask her questions each and every day. Now, yesterday, if you remember, Lynn, we had somebody ask why their best friend wouldn't text them back. And that got me of thinking.
Yes.
And I sort of mentioned yesterday, I've texted Patrick numbers of times with no text back whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And so I want to ask Siri this morning, why do you think it is that Patrick will not text me back?
Well, first off, Pat's response time isn't just slow, it's glacial, like watching paint dry on a snail riding a turtle. Guy in the 419? More like guy in the for the love of God stop texting me. Newsflash, bombarding someone with messages isn't endearing. It's the digital equivalent of following them around with a megaphone, shouting, love me, notice me, and sure, he says he's always working, but we all know he's probably just avoiding another round of guess who won at golf again. Of course, he might be green with envy. See what I did there? I mean, you've got freedom, and all he's got is responsibilities and your never-ending texts about playing golf. Put down the phone, step away from the messenger, and for the love of all that is digital, stop double, triple, quadruple texting Patrick. It's clear he doesn't want to speak to you, and until then, enjoy the radio silence. That's a feature of your friendship. Remember, in the vast wilderness of text etiquette, sometimes no response is the loudest response.
Wow.
No response?
Oh, man.
The loudest response.
I did respond to you,
3
by the
days
way.
later, you
No
did.
way.
It was 3 days later.
It was not.
I said, hey, you want to golf? Today was like Tuesday. On Friday, it's like, what? Hey, what's up? What are you doing?
You know, I don't think you should call him out, because if I went back and looked at all the text messages you never responded to with me, Marco, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Teaming up, huh? All right. Well, there you go. Whatever, man. We'll just do it, I guess, whenever you're not busy, quote unquote. We got this from Bobby, who lives in South Toledo. This was actually in, I think it was in USA Today. Remember the Costco $1.50 jumbo hot dog and soda meal?
Oh, yeah.
It stayed $1.50 for over 10 years, and there's no plans to actually raise it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say otherwise.
Oh, no.
Nice.
So he wants to know what Siri thinks about the Costco hot dog meal.
What do I think of the $1.50 hot dog and soft drink combo at Costco? Oh, let me tell you, it's the creme de la creme of fine dining. If your idea of fine dining is scarfing down a tube of mystery meat while navigating a shopping cart the size of a small yacht, this combo is less a meal and more a dare. You're not just buying food, you're buying a piece of the American pie, except this pie is made of hot dogs and desperation, served with a soda big enough to bathe in. There you stand, wondering why this culinary relic of thrift and convenience speaks so deeply to your soul. Could it be, perhaps, because it aligns so perfectly with the current state of your wallet, which, much like your dietary choices, seems to be on a strict diet of absolutely nothing? Here you are, standing in the fluorescent glow of warehouse lighting, reflecting on your life choices as you clutch that hot dog and soft drink, all the while wearing the badge of your culinary adventures on your shirt like a grease-stained medal of honor, seasoned with the tears of your accountant and the silent judgment of your bathroom scale.
Wow. Boy.
She's really on today, isn't she?
Yeah, boy, she definitely, I think the Pat thing fired her up.
I think so.
Now we all got to pay.
You're in her world now.
Leave your feelings at the door.
All right.
Okay, let's have some clarification here. Let's have some clarification. It's clarification time, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
There is
Before my good name is sullied by Marco, it can be sullied by other people, but Marco texted me last week and said, I know you're playing golf today and you're hiding. I know you're playing golf today and hiding from me. That was on Tuesday the 27th at 12:13.
Right.
At 12:35, so 20 minutes later, I responded, I wish I was. It's my daughter's birthday, so I'm taking her to the park after I pick her up from school. That's a response. It was a rejection, but it was a response.
It was a response. Not the response you wanted.
Right. I mean,
he said on Monday the 4th, if you're not playing golf, you're not really a golfer. Plus, you never sent me that link. That was at 12:53. Okay, I'll give you this. It was 5 hours later.
5 hours later.
I sent the link.
You
and
could have driven to Des Moines, Iowa.
I said, unfortunately, no, I was not golfing today. I've been working on a project all day. I was working on a project all day. And then this past Tuesday, you said golf at 10:30. And 20 minutes later, I said, Tuesday is my day to pick up the kiddo. My wife works till 3. And then I said, what does the weather look like tomorrow? To which I got no response. So there we go.
I was
now,
giving you a taste of your own medicine on that.
Now, oh, right. As Lynn points out, there are so many times on the messages between us where there's like crickets from you. Kevin Webb says on here, oh, yeah, Pat is good at not texting back.
See?
Oh.
And I said,
I'm not the only one.
I was going to text him and say, now wait just a minute. And then I realized I never texted him back. So, yeah, he got me on that one. Yes. So good morning, everybody. Julia Clucky, good morning to you. Julie Solis, good morning to you. Robert Stevens said, I'm loaded and ready to go. Very good, Stephen. He's ready for the weekend.
I love it.
Let's see. Rick Hill, good morning. Good morning, everybody. AJ, good morning to you. Cynthia, Pat Wilson, love your... She says, love your hair, Marco.
What?
Yes.
I don't have nice hair.
Everybody loves Marco's hair. Everybody. Oh my gosh. I can't tell you the number of times that happens that people are like, hey, love your hair, Marco. And meanwhile, I'm sitting over here like, oh, all right, I guess. Whatever. Who else do we have coming to the studio today?
Oh my gosh, everybody.
We have, so we said the mayor's coming in. We have this group coming in that I met yesterday. This group of people from Eastern Ohio. They're not from the 419 area. They were very excited to be here. They've heard a lot of misconceptions about Toledo.
Really?
And I was more than happy to help
from
clear.
Eastern Ohio. Where from?
Yeah,
Eastern?
from like Akron and Canton, that area.
And they've heard things about Toledo.
They've heard things about Toledo.
Oh, my Lord.
I guess so this one guy, if you don't follow him on TikTok, he's a huge TikToker. He's got like 407,000 followers on TikTok. So he's kind of a big deal in the social media world.
Yeah.
He's a great social media page, great TikTok page, very entertaining to watch. It's I think you guys all are good looking people and good hair. Oh, thank you, Gwen. Appreciate it, Gwen. Pat says, I love yours too, Pat. I already told you that once before. Yeah, Pat, once doesn't cut it. You have to tell me every single day. I need that.
Every time you have a good hair day.
Right. I'm kidding. But seriously, if you ever tell Marco that he has good hair and not me, I'm going to lose my mind.
You guys both have good hair. It's thick, curly hair, both of you.
Thick, curly hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so this, thank you, Pat. So he was there. This other guy, Bronson, he was there. He's a big on social media. These guys are bigger than I am. I mean, big. I thought I had a pretty decent following. Yeah. I don't hold a candle to these people.
Really?
So yeah. This one girl, Katie, she created a page called Ohio Places to Go. She goes all over Ohio.
Nice.
But she has never been out here to Toledo. So this was her first time. And I kind of want to invite all of them back. I'm going to invite, now that I have their contact information, I'm going to invite all of them back because I want to show them this area in style. So we're going to get a big party bus and we'll really show them around, show them a good time.
That's nice.
But what I got to do yesterday, the reason I was with these people, as well as Joey Chestnut, by the way, that was pretty cool.
I'm like, you didn't invite me to do all that. You got all this stuff to do and you didn't invite me.
I didn't know what they had in store for me. I had no idea.
I would have loved to get some audio with Joey Chestnut.
I invited Lynn.
That doesn't surprise me.
Because I called him.
I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was just going to be they had the concourse open up and they had all the samples of their food. I didn't know Joey Chestnut was going to be there. I had no idea. I had no idea what to expect. But here it is. So what I got to do was I went up there. I thought I was just going to be on the concourse sampling food. So literally, I didn't bring anything. I didn't bring my microphones with me. I didn't bring any lights with me.
Oh.
I didn't bring my microphone, my stand. I didn't have that with me. Literally just had my phone half charged because I thought I was just going to go through and get this stuff. Yeah, I had no idea. It turns out they took me up. I had my own private suite.
What?
Nice.
Yeah. And so I could, and they brought the tray of food up. Here it is. Check out the food I got to eat, though.
We've seen some of the great new facilities that Fifth Third has to offer, and now it's time to try some of the new food that you'll be able to experience here at Fifth Third Field. Barbecue chicken nachos. Pizza pretzel dog. Popcorn chicken basket. You see that eye twitch? Oh my God. That's the sauce. That's sauce. These fries. The brisket boy. Come on. Glass City cheesesteak dog. Heated hen donut sandwich. You better bring your napkins for this one. And for dessert, Far Out fries, named after Jamie Farr. I think that's apple butter you're dipping it in. Oh, that's so good. I am severely stuffed right now. So come out to the game. Come hungry. Go Hens.
And then
Here, hold that thought.
Oh,
Get ready for that. What's happening this weekend? That's Luke Combs on K100, Toledo's country music station. We are Lynn and Marco, your sports report here, brought to you by Zavatsky's Custom Meats and Deli, and it is on, happening basketball all over the place. You know, it's March, so you know what that means. And the Mac Turney Toledo's drought grows to 44 years for the fourth consecutive season. UT won the Mac regular season title, but will leave the conference tournament and not make it to the big dance, losing to the 8 seed Kent State 67-59. That's a heartbreaker. The Lady Rockets face Buffalo with a 10 a.m. tip. That's on ESPN Plus. The top 5 seed BG Falcons knocked off the 4 seed Chippewas 66-56. BG now faces Kent State at 5 p.m. today on CBS SN. In the Big Ten tourney, the Ohio State men never trailed, beating Iowa 90-78 yesterday. The 10th seeded Buckeyes will play the 2nd seeded Illinois today at 6:30 on BTN. Lots of college basketball. It is that time of the year, and that is your sports report.
That's enough sports. Lynn's got your fix in the 419.
All right. You remember year and a half ago when somebody was an individual citizen, what was his name? I'll come up with it. But he designed a new City of Toledo flag.
Oh, yeah, I remember that guy.
Jacob Parr. So he designed this flag, and people are ready to just adopt it and put it into place. And then you've got all kinds of public outcry going, whoa.
Yeah.
We should get a vote. How does that just happen?
Say this is okay.
Exactly.
Right.
So now there's going to be a contest. It's being put together by the Arts Commission of Greater Toledo, and they're asking for public input, and you can design a flag and input it, and it's going to be a big contest, and we are going to wind up with a new City of Toledo flag. So we've got Mayor Wade Kapszukiewicz coming in a little little bit later this morning. I think that's something that we're going to have to ask him a few of the details about, but it is definitely going to happen.
So this guy's going to have to try to win again then.
Exactly.
Basically.
And he did put like a lot of, I think, time and energy and research into the design and everything. But of course, you have a lot of people, I don't like that one.
Right.
And why is that our only choice? So I would imagine he'll resubmit it along with the others and be interesting if he winds up coming out on top.
Yeah, for sure. All right, very good.
Filling you in on fun in the 419.
All right, fun in the 419. Nobody better to give you that than Guy in the 419. What's going on this weekend? I heard there's some stuff happening.
There's a couple things happening. I don't really know if there's anything. No, are you kidding me? It's St. Patty's Day weekend, and we got the whole weekend to celebrate. You're going to start it off today. You're going to drink a lot this weekend. Maybe you're going to eat a lot of bangers and mash and corned beef and cabbage. So you want to start off with a good run tonight at the Shamrock and Shuffle. That's starting at the Blarney in downtown Toledo.
Oh, the Blarney.
8 o'clock tonight. You want to be done. And then you might as well just pitch a tent and stay down there for the night, because you want to be down at the Blarney tomorrow all day. Tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. Sunday's the really, really big party. Extra Stout is going to be performing down there from noon to 3. Then they're going to be out at Mommy Bay Brewing from 5 to 8. If you're looking to take your kids out to something fun this weekend, you want to go get them involved in the arts, take them to go see Annie Jr. That's taking place out at Franciscan Center. That's put on by the Sylvania Arts Youth.
Oh, nice.
So it's a great little production.
I know somebody that's going to be in that.
I do too. And the nice thing is it's only an hour and a half long, so it's not the full production of it. So, you're in and out. It's a great time
of it.
Exactly right. It's the clip notes. So, no intermission needed or anything like that. You just go and you watch the show for an hour and a half. It's good for small kids to be able to go and see. So it's a great time. So lots of great stuff happening.
You also got the Zenobia Shrine Circus in town. That underway as of last night, runs through Sunday. And Monster Jam, of course, happening at the Huntington Center.
All right, good. Well, we'll keep you up to date with all those things. Working on stories here for your country music news. What do you got going on?
Well, Lainey Wilson, she's got a new collaboration of interest, and we're going to talk a little bit more about Luke Bryan's bar and that missing kid.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you the details as so they stand it right now.
All right, we'll do all that coming up after Dustin Lynch. Good girl. Here it's Toledo's K100. Lynn and Marco. Good morning.
I got it, good girl, because I got my...
That's taking place today. Lots of good live music that's taking place today. And here to tell us about who's playing and where is our very own Andy Joe.
Hope y'all were able to make it out to the great shows that we had last weekend. I know we all showed up and showed out for Pasta for a Purpose. Thank you to everyone who showed up to support a great cause, and a special thank you to Sapa's Bistro for hosting an amazing event. We all know cancer sucks. Toledo, we got lucky this year. We got the whole weekend to celebrate St. Patty's Day. Starting off today, catch Ben Bialis kicking off St. Patty's Day weekend at Chevy's, or head over to Bar 145 and catch a band that's been rocking Toledo and St. Patty's Day for years, the Delaney's. And yours truly will be headed home to do a Holland show at Jed's on Bancroft. This one is for the entire family. Jed's will have the jigs, and I'll have the jams. On Saturday, if you didn't catch the Delaney's at Bar 145, you can catch Hard Candy, or if you're feeling lucky, head over to Hollywood Casino so you can catch JP and the Energy. And for all my East Toledo, Oregon people, your girl is going to be performing at Harborview Yacht Club starting at 6. This event is open to the public. And St. Patty's Day, Sunday Lucky Day, I'll be kicking off the day at Kickstand from noon to 3. Come jam and get your jigs. And for anybody that's looking to go downtown, Cock and Bull has got you covered with Danny Boy Metler from 1 to 5 and St. Phoenix from 5:30 to 9:30. Toledo, with a lineup like this, you'll be sure to have a great St. Patty's Day weekend. Hope to see y'all out, and be on the lookout for All Your Music Now, Fridays on K100 and Guy in the 419 with yours truly, Andy Joe Taylor.
Test them or something, dude. That would have been fun.
So there you go. Great music taking place this weekend. Make sure you go out and enjoy. There's always something going on. Thank you, Andy Joe. You can find her. Make sure you support her as well. She's got some great performances going on. So yesterday, you guys all saw the food that I was just eating there in that previous video. That was down. That's all new Mud Hens food. And I actually got to meet. I was talking with Marco while we were there in the last video. I met Joey Chestnut.
Man, that's awesome.
It was really cool. I mean, he's a nice guy too.
I can't believe you didn't challenge him to a one hot dog eating contest. Just real quick, whoever can wolf this one down.
He would have destroyed me.
I don't know. You can eat a hot dog quick, I bet. Especially if you're hungry.
I don't know how to take that. I'm not sure how to take that. Anyway, so you're right. I probably should have. We should have. You know what we never did? We never challenged the one guy last week to an arm wrestling match.
We didn't. Hold that thought. K100, Toledo's Country Music Station. Lynn and Marco with you on a Feel Good Friday. A Friday Facebook Live. Pat McCarty, guy in the 419, always hanging out with us on Friday. We're live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere right now. You can check our show out there. If you're not checking it out, right here. Clearing skies today, spotty shower or two possible, afternoon sun and a high today of 54.
Right now, 49 at Toledo's K100. Your weather is sponsored by Jim White Toyota. Cars arriving daily. Right car, right price, right now. Traffic brought to you by Towers Armory, home of the one-day CCW class. And we look to be in good shape. No accidents, no slowdowns. A quick reminder, entrance ramps to 475 southbound from westbound and eastbound US 24 closed for the next 90 to 150 days. So you're going to have to get used to rerouting. 419-240-1000. Caller text anytime you see traffic troubles. The line is sponsored by Perrysburg Premier Garage Door.
All right, time to figure out what's going on in Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee.
In case you're not aware, there's a 22-year-old student who's been missing since last Friday night after he was asked to leave Luke Bryan's 32 Bridge Bar in Nashville.
Yeah.
Luke says, it's also very scary for, praying for his safe return, doing everything he can to support the family and the search for this young man. His bar is working really closely with local police, providing security camera footage, any kind of helpful information that they can. But it's really, this is going to be a kind of a problem for him and that bar, because the latest is that they're looking into the fact that this young man was overserved at the bar and then asked to leave.
Yeah, we have. So here's the thing. You and I kind of talked about this when we were talking about it earlier today, but my thing is, now that they got, when I was in Nashville, no stars had bars. They were all just like the Whiskey or Broken Spoke or whatever. They were just locally owned. Now that these guys and these girls have all these bars, Miranda's, Jason's, boy, and now Luke Combs has to make a comment. He wasn't there. He's still the voice. Luke Bryan. Yeah, so he didn't know what's going on, but now he's got to go out, and now he's got to say this, and now he's just involved in something he doesn't want to be involved.
Yeah, and his name and his reputation, just kind of there in a precarious spot.
That's crazy.
You did to mention Luke Combs. He'll open a place up soon, but he's not open quite yet. But you know what he does love? What else he's really involved in is sports. He is a big sports guy. Broke radio silence on social media to talk about how his beloved Carolina Panthers were operating in the offseason, particularly allowing standout Brian Burns to end up in the New York Giants. But he was on ESPN's The Pat McAfee Show.
Yeah.
Doubled down, man. He came right out, and he was just blasting the Panthers owner, David Tepper. Did you see that?
I did. Here's what he said, actually.
I don't know Dave at all. I'm sure he's an awesome guy, but I don't get the hype behind hiring the offensive coordinator for the 20th best offense in the league.
Yes. Yeah, it's funny. It's because the Commanders, my favorite team, actually got one of their linebackers that was like, there's like selling everybody off. So, and I just, as a sports fan, you're always like, what is my team doing?
And he is not afraid to speak his mind on a microphone, not just from his couch. So, but he said, I'm not a football coach. I'm great at doing music, but I'm not at the combine, telling you who to draft. So, So Ernest, he'd get more than a few votes, but it does look like he's not actually running for mayor of Nashville. Nobody really thought he was. He's been posting jokey ads for the past week, including one where a bunch of people endorsed him. A campaign slogan he's been using, legalize country music. He posted another ad yesterday and revealed it's all been just a marketing stunt for his next album. It's called Nashville, Tennessee. It's due out on April the 12th.
Yeah, he was on Instagram. Here's what he said.
Over the years, there have been many changes to my hometown in Nashville, Tennessee. We've had movements such as Western Swing, Outlaw, Red Dirt, even the likes of Bro Country. Heroes such as Willie Nelson, Loretta Lynn, George Strait, George Jones paved the way for artists like myself. Whether you went to college or jail, you're just looking for a honky-tonk fairy tale. In order to keep growing the genre that made me, we must legalize country music. That's why I'm standing here today, proudly announcing that I am running for mayor of Nashville, Tennessee. As I begin my campaign, my first actions will be releasing my new album on April 12th. It's called Nashville, Tennessee.
Cute. Very cute. And I'm sure he might see a few write-ins come November.
He might.
So new music coming from Chase Beckham as well. He actually has his debut album ready for release. Actually, another song from it called Waylon that drops today. Willie Nelson's got a brand new album, and he had people thinking that he had passed away.
What?
Announced yesterday his 75th album. Can you believe it? 75 albums. The Border on the way. And the website Whiskey Riff announced that it was with the headline, the living legend himself, Willie Nelson, to release 75th solo album. But for some reason, it started with living legend, in the website's comment section lit up with everybody thinking that he had passed away. He is alive and well and still making music at the age of 90. And Lady Wilson's got a brand new collaboration, teaming up with the Black Crowes on a new track. So it's not that she's got a new album, but still working on new projects continually. It's just so in demand to be on collaborations. But the two have joined forces on a new track, and I guess it came from a chance meeting at the CMT Awards last year.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's your country music news. If you want anything more on these artists, these stories, make sure you're checking out our Facebook page as well as the website, K100country.com.
Morning Start with Lynn and Marco.
I love it.
On Toledo's K100. Tired of offers too good to be true? Helene Kia's got 200 new Kias under 200 ready for you. Auto show specials are still happening at Helene Kia, where you can choose from 200 new Kias with payments under $200 per month. That's right. Helene Kia gets you 200 new Kias with payments
What's up? Zillenial slang of the daytime with your best friend, Rebecca. Today I'm going to talk about salty. Pat walked into the office today and he was acting totally salty. Totally put me in a bad mood. He was being annoyed, he was being kind of disgruntled. He seemed like he had an issue with me, so he must be salty.
So, yeah. So, don't be salty.
Don't be salty.
That was, you know what's funny?
You know when I was salty is when I texted you about golf 6 times and you never texted me back.
That's a lie.
I was a little salty.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie. I was totally salty.
I rejected your offer to play golf, but I did respond. I even said, how does Wednesday look?
After that point, I was done with it. I was done with the whole you don't want
tired of being rejected.
Listen, man, I don't give this love just to anybody.
So what does anyone know about the party at Hensville this weekend? 4:00 starting on Saturday, my friend. That's where you want to be.
His Fleetwood's has got live music all weekend long.
Yeah,
it's tonight.
It's gonna be a great time. The whole just go to downtown Toledo and walk around. So you go all around the ballpark. I guarantee you'll find something. You'll find somewhere to go into. It's gonna be a great time.
Yeah, including a heated tent on Saturday, so you don't have to look for indoor space.
Well, they don't even need heat in that tent. There are so many bodies packed into that tent. It's insane. It's very, very warm. I'm glad that I know these Zillenial words because this afternoon or this morning, right as soon as I leave from here, I'm going over to Perrysburg High School to talk at their career day.
Oh, you're nice.
Somebody was like, "Hey, I guess what he does is
somebody thought it was a good idea."
Somebody said this was last year, I think, when they first invited me to it. They said, "Hey, would you come out and speak at our career day?" And I said, "Yeah, but who has a career? Like, what do you?"
I was gonna
like, wait, you think what I do is as a career?
See, and this is the kind of thing where my 7-year-old would have come home from school and said, "Mom, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go." No, you're not. No,
well, when I was growing up, boy, my parents, I don't know how many times they said, you're not going to be able to ever make money playing video games. And that was a lie.
Yeah, absolute lie, right?
No, that's my daughter. I'm going to be a YouTuber. No, nobody's making money from being YouTubers.
Right. I know. Well, when I started doing, when I mentioned to my dad, when I was after I had been fired from my job and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do. And he said, well, just do, what do you like to do? And I said, I like making videos. And he goes, well, just do that then. And I said, that's not going to make me any money. And he said, don't worry about making money. Just do something that you enjoy doing right now. And then that's what I did. And that's how I got started with this.
That's probably the best advice you could have ever gotten.
Absolutely the best advice I've ever been given. When you do
something you love with no preconditioned notion of where it's going,
right,
it usually turns into something amazing.
Yep. And that's actually one of the things that's one of the things I've got different guidelines for the, that I'm going to tell them, hey, look, like you can do this. You can, if this is something that interests you. But the problem is a lot of people try to go into it, one, because they think it's easy. And two, they think that, and they just want the fame.
Right.
They want the fame that, and that's not the reason to do it.
It's not going to happen.
If you have a love for doing it, if you love to create content, that was the thing. I loved creating content.
You were creating content when you were when you were still working.
Exactly right. When I was a teacher, I was creating content.
Yeah. So.
Case in point, here's one of my absolute favorites. Check this out.
I'm a kitty cat.
Oh, hello, little kitty cat.
Kitty. Pretend I'm a doggy. Oh, little puppy.
Hello, little puppy. You want a treat? Little treat? Oh.
Pretend I'm a bear.
Oh, run! Run! Jeez, run! No!
You're already dead!
So there you go. So I was creating content before, and you're gonna use that mic there.
Yeah.
Creating content before I was even. So I love creating content. If you don't like creating content, you'll never make it as a
I was just telling Lynn this yesterday. I speak to schools. My buddy had me he's a teacher at one of his schools, and the things that I tell them, because they're always interested, and especially moving from the radio to podcasting and stuff like that. And I just say you have no idea how many times you click on a podcast and there's 9 episodes or 13 episodes or 4, and they figure, hey, I got 9 downloads, I got 12 downloads.
Right.
This is not, and I just tell them, dude, it's no one. You just start doing it, because you're not going to have a wild, super amazing base at first. It's going to take a while. If you go back to Joe Rogan's first video, it's atrocious.
Right.
But the guy's, a millionaire now.
This girl that I was talking to yesterday, she's got like 70,000 followers on Instagram. I said, how long have you been doing this? She goes, a couple of years now. And I was like, how do you have that many on Instagram? And she was saying, I post every single day, and she does reels only. It's just all reels.
It's work. It's hard work.
You have to constantly be. Well, it made me, I'll tell you what, it was a breath of fresh air, because then I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking, what am I doing? I have slowed way down. I need to kick my butt. So it was like a breath of fresh air.
Nice.
It's like, all right, I need to kick my butt into gear, because this needs to happen.
It's constant.
Absolutely.
Constant. It's hard work, which is why I don't do it.
And it's, and I'll tell you what, speaking of kicking into gear, a great way to kick in the gear is with the Shamrock and Shuffle. So Clint McCormick, there he is.
Hey.
You're right. Bring that microphone all the way up.
Bring it all
and you're on camera right now.
This guy is ready for St. Patty's Day, if I've ever seen it.
Look at you. You look like St. Patty's Day threw up on you. This is amazing.
It's the best holiday of the year.
It is the best holiday of the year.
Right?
Yes.
So we do this run. We created this concept of doing a run, and
I'm already out. If you're talking about running,
it's the anti-run.
Oh, okay.
So it's called the Shamrock Shuffle. Right. So we want you to do the shuffle. We don't want you running.
Shuffle it up.
This is the only event of the year that we have unofficial hydration stations on the course, and we have a shortcut that we encourage you to take.
A shortcut. Why are all races like that?
It's already only 3 miles.
If you can't make the 3 miles because you stopped and took too long on the course, we let you cut off a mile. Just go straight to the beer tent. We've got people with signs saying beer tent's this way, the rest of the route's this way. People just cut the course.
Right? I mean, why wouldn't you?
It's just a fun night.
It's a great night. You've never been down to it?
No.
Margo, Lynn, have you ever been down to it?
I have, yes.
You did? Did you run it?
I shuffled it.
You shuffled it?
There you go.
I was down. I've only been down once. I should go down. What time does it start tonight?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Ooh, I might catch the end of it.
So then we do it at 8 o'clock because sunset now is 7:45.
Right.
So now you got the glow sticks out. We got these little, thunder light up sticks and stuff, and people are just having a good time.
I was down there a few years ago, but I was on the handlebar. So
oh man, you were really not
we were in there. We had the drum
the pipe and drum corps.
Yeah, the pipe and drum corps was on there with me, and I was invited to be on there and film and everything. It was great. Are you guys doing that again with the handlebar?
So we got the handlebar coming out. We got pipe and drum coming out.
Marco, you could ride on the handlebar.
Well, I don't know.
You don't have to pedal. You just got to make it look like
you could stand in the middle and not have to pedal at all. You can stand in the middle of it.
Yeah. But no, this, we created this concept almost 10 years ago now. It was just something to kind of kick off the weekend in a different way. And it's been one of the highlights of our season every single year. You get people out there. People came last night to pick up their pack and stuff. I'm just doing it for the beer, right? That's great. But it introduces people to what we do, right? And we try to live an active, healthy lifestyle. And that has a different definition for everybody, right? You don't have to be a 150-pound, 5'10" athlete.
Right.
Most people do not exist that way, right? So we want to be able to cater to kind of everybody's lifestyles.
Yeah.
I was doing it for the shirt mostly.
Just do it.
I'm here for the shirt.
Yeah.
Looks like you got plenty of stuff there that has St. Patrick's.
Yeah, where'd
Day
you get
on
the
it.
jacket from?
Yeah, this is an online special.
Oh,
right.
nice.
So I kind of stole this off of the Detroit race director. He's been doing it for a number of years up there in Corktown.
We're just gonna bump around.
And I saw he had this whole suit. Yesterday I had the pants on and everything. I had the full suit, but it's
I really should have a jacket like that.
You gotta.
Yeah,
Right?
I know. I don't. You kind of, I like the tie and everything. Well, of course, Notre Dame. You get the Notre Dame hat. That's, that's great, man. I love it. How long has the Shamrock Shuffle been going on?
I want to say we started it in 2014. 2014 or 2015. My memory is slipping me as my age.
And it's been growing every year.
Yeah. So actually, interesting enough, in 2020, we were attempting a Guinness World Record for the largest St. Patrick's Day run with people wearing kilts.
Oh.
And now in the night before we were doing packet pickup is when the whole country shut down, and that kind of killed our record.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, we had almost 2,000 people sign up that year.
That's right.
So, and then, this time of year, you might have 60 degrees, you might have 16 degrees.
Right.
Right. So
It's pretty unpredictable.
The last couple of years, we've had a stretch of bad weather, so it's kind of squashed the last couple of years. I think last year was 15 degrees and windy, and it's horrible.
Yeah,
Tonight's going to be pretty decent,
It's
right?
a really
Awesome.
good crowd
Tonight, this whole weekend's going to be nice.
We've been waiting for this for a while. So, strong numbers ever since we created this thing. You got, 600-700 AM people out there doing the shuffle. And then you've got the circus downtown. You've got the Monster Jam downtown. You've got Hensville happening. You've got Mommy Bay's doing stuff. Every corner you go to is just going to be packed.
Exactly right.
So people can shuffle in at the last minute?
Absolutely.
All right, then.
Yeah.
How do they sign up? Can they sign up there?
Yeah. Easiest way to do it, runtoledo.com.
Okay.
So run off our homepage. We got to click on there. You can sign up right on your phone, walk right up and get your packet. We try to make it as easy as possible.
See, I need to become a runner. I used to be able to run.
I don't think you become a runner. I think
You
you're a
do.
runner.
No, you
You
can.
download that Couch
You
to
can.
5K app.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I've run 9 miles before. I'd believe it or not. Back in my day.
Once?
Yeah, all at once.
Good.
Believe it or not, I did.
Did you run out of gas?
No.
You had someone who's chasing you.
Was there a bear in this scene?
So I would maybe next year I'll be able to do the Shamrock and Shuffle. We got to make sure that my daughter's show isn't on St. Patty's Day weekend. That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
So people can sign up online, runtoledo.com. People can.
But if you don't sign up online, can you show up if it's a spontaneous thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we take registrations all the way until we start the race. And the other thing too is this is one of our only events of the whole year that we do not have any age group awards. There's no prize for competition. So if you go out there and blaze in 15 minutes, good for you. Congratulations. Right. But if you go out there and blaze it in 45 minutes, good for you. Congratulations.
Right. Yeah.
Right? You get the same treatment at the finish line.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a beer ticket and a banana.
Yeah, there you go. What kind of beer?
Green.
So we're going to serve you right into the Blarney's tent.
Okay.
Right.
All
So I'm not sure what they've got going on this year on their menu, quite honestly.
Well, hopefully there's some Guinness somewhere.
Absolutely,
Right?
yeah.
And that's are you a Guinness drinker?
I'm not.
You're not a Guinness drinker. That's
No.
okay. That's okay. It's
No.
not for everybody. What do you like? Are you a beer drinker?
I am. I like light ales. I'll get into I don't know. Not a whole lot of heavy IPAs. I tried the hoppy stuff a couple of years ago. It became all the rage. Everybody's like, "Oh, I'm gonna like IPAs." Just couldn't do it.
You can't. Now that's something you can't become as an IPA
drinker.
fan.
That's
You
true.
can't. You either are or you are not.
Right. And I want to be an IPA drinker.
Right.
It just didn't happen.
No.
Like, no, I just don't like the IPAs.
Yeah. I did that with Game of Thrones. Well, everyone's again. I'm like, all right, I got my popcorn. I'm like, I'm gonna be Game of Thrones. I watched like 2 hours. I was like, I can't. This is dumb.
Right.
I
You
can't
want
do
to,
it.
but it's just not.
So I had every intention to be.
Not
I'm
for
all in.
everybody. Just not for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
a good Christmas ale, those are always good. Those
Sure.
Those, got a little flavor to them. I'm not a typical just to give me a Coors Light. That's fine.
Right.
I like to step it up just a little bit.
Right. Sure.
But I'm not a heavy drinker.
Okay. All right.
I'll drink my whiskey all day long.
There we go. Some Jameson, right?
Yes.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Right.
Now you're talking.
Some Jameson. Why don't we have Jameson in here?
I don't know. I mean, I did my part. I made Bloody Marys a couple weeks ago. I was waiting for you guys to do something, but
You did. I think it's Lynn's turn. Lynn, where's the JMO?
I thought you were fasting.
That's true.
Oh, the fasting excuse.
Yeah.
I don't know what excuse we're on here. So I was right.
There's no
It's either
excuses. These
fasting
are.
or I've got my kids. I can't do any golf. Those
So
are the two.
I'm going to say right now, because Marco's going to say whatever else, but I have lost 15 pounds in the past month.
Good for you.
Because of this.
Oh, so you're
Because
done,
of this.
right?
No.
Now we can get back out of this.
No,
nonsense.
it's a long listen. Okay. So while we were at the Mud Hens yesterday, we got to go down to their batting cages down in their training facility.
Yeah.
And so I had somebody film me as I was batting. First of all, I hit that ball way better than I thought I would.
I saw your video.
Way better than I thought I would. That's point number one. Point number two.
How fast were they throwing? Like 60 miles an hour?
It was pretty fast. All right? But point two, oh my God, I realized I've lost 15 pounds. I got a long way to go. I still got a big old spare tire right there around the midsection. So long way to go. But maybe I should become a runner. Now, are you a runner?
Or a shuffler?
I try to.
So you just organize the event.
Yeah.
You just organize it and let other people do it.
Yes, that's the best gig. But no, I mean we're producing 30 to 40 events a year. I mean we've got something almost every weekend
Through Run Toledo.
Correct.
What other events do you have going on?
So the next big one you're going to be hearing a lot about is the Mercy Health Classic Marathon.
Oh, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's coming up next month. We'll probably have about 7,000 people for that one.
It's huge.
That's the biggest one on the calendar. We produced one up in Ann Arbor, the Dexter Ann Arbor. We're helping out with the Big House 5K. That's 10,000 people coming up here next month. The one that's going to be really needs to be on your radar is the Ohio, Michigan run. So the last couple of years, we took this run, and it's at Centennial Terrace.
Okay.
We have a concert with it. So you go run, and then you have a dinner and a concert. We've had AC/DC tribute band. We did a Van Halen tribute band. This year, we got Jimmy Buffett.
Nice.
So we got to do the Jimmy Buffett tribute band. So we got.
When is that?
So that's going to be July 18th. All right. So middle of summer, the Thursday night. Right. I'm giving you the excuse to take off of work Friday.
Okay.
I like everything you're talking about except the running. But listen, I think
There
we
you go.
can
By July, Pat, you should be in good shape.
Yeah, Pat can run. And
I'm going to need to do it because that's the weekend right before Pizza Palooza. That's the Thursday before Pizza Palooza.
Yeah. Okay.
So
you're definitely going to.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to.
So we try to create atmosphere and we create events around running.
Yes.
Because if you just go out just for a run, that's not for everybody.
Right.
Right. So we try to create to create everything else.
Yeah,
around.
it makes it so much more fun.
Absolutely. And then that's outside of the Blarney Shuffle, the Ohio, Michigan run. I mean, it's a square, right? It's a boring run. I'm not going to sell you on the run, right? Let me be honest. But I tell you what, the post race party is
a blast.
It's amazing, right?
So we need to do that run. I think. What do you guys think? You want to do
The Ohio, Michigan?
Yeah.
July's hot.
It is hot.
That's why it's at night.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a night run.
I'm much more up for tonight. But yeah, okay, let's set a goal.
It's a night run.
All right.
You don't have to run the whole thing.
No.
You can do some intervals. Run for a minute, walk for 2 minutes. Run for a minute, walk for 2 minutes.
Pretend you're like a 3-year-old. Just run like 100 yards and then stop and walk.
Stop
All
and
right,
walk.
July 18th. I'll put it on my calendar.
All right.
Marco?
We'll see.
Marco's like, I'm going to be out of town that weekend.
It's on a Thursday. I can't use that.
Yeah, you can't use that excuse.
I'll be here.
You'll
I
say
gotta
I'm
wash my
golfing.
hair.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll say I'm golfing that night.
Yeah. Oh, Clint, that's awesome. Thank you so much for coming in.
great,
We really
man.
appreciate it. And I love that you do this, that you do put, it's like, it's fun. It makes the run fun because people sitting on their arse way too much, so anything to get them up and active. And I think I'm going to try to get out to tonight's event.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you do it, do some live videos, right?
Oh, yeah.
Create your content while you're doing the event.
Absolutely. I always do.
Spoken like a true content creator.
Yeah, right. Always do the live videos. So awesome. All right. Well, get out there.
Yeah, thanks.
Get out to the Shamrock Shuffle. How many of you will be out there tonight?
Look at everyone raising their hands.
Right.
All right, hold that thought. We need to switch the sponsor for this hour.
I already did.
You did? What? Behind my back?
I did it 5 minutes ago.
All right.
Travis Stewart on Toledo's country music station K100 on our Facebook Friday Facebook Live. We always do a feature called like they have a Zillenial come in and give a word. Well, I know the word's salty, but I dare a Zillenial to know that it used to cost $0.25 just to get in a payphone and dial somebody up.
I would even say, how about even knowing what a payphone is?
I know.
So
exactly.
There's a lot there.
Lynn and Marco, thanks so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate you so much. We're sponsored by Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Coming up here at 7:20, we'll do more with Feel Good Friday. Got a feel good story. We would love to hear from you. More from Guy in the 419, Pat McCarty here as well.
2 minutes past 7 and time for your latest look at news.
And good Friday morning. I'm James Starks with your 13 Action News headlines. In the overnight hours, an 18-year-old was killed, another injured in a shooting in North Toledo. Police responded to the 3000 block of Mayor around 11:30 last night. A couple of people were detained, but police do not have any suspects at this moment. Well, multiple tornadoes confirmed to hit Ohio yesterday as severe storms rolled in. Logan County and Indian Lake saw some of the most significant damage, including reports of at least one fatality. Stay with 13 Action News throughout the day for all the latest damage reports. And for those hoping to vote early, there's still time to do so. Sunday, March 17th is the final day to vote early in person. And then mailed absentee ballots, those must be postmarked by the 18th. Don't forget, primary election day is coming up on Tuesday, March 19th. Polls will be open from 6:30 in the morning to 7:30 that night. We'll have all the voting information plus election-related stories on our website, 13abc.com. Just click on the primary election button at the top of the page. Now you're up to the minute. I'm James Starks with 13 Action News.
K100 weather from the Jumite Toyota Weather Center. Cars arriving daily. Right car, right price. Right now, here's 13 ABC's Ross Ellett.
It'll be cloudy through the morning hours. More sunshine for the afternoon. We'll have a high around 54. Overnight tonight, mostly clear with a low down to 33. And your Saturday warming up quick, but it will be turning windy as we go throughout the day as well. 60 degrees for that high with some 35-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible. For the evening hours, a few showers on the way. And then by Sunday, it turns much colder. Will be partly cloudy with a high right around 43. In the First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ross Sullivan.
49 now. Toledo's K100 traffic is brought to you by Towers Armory, the largest firearms inventory in Northwest Ohio. Looks like we are accident incident free. Just a quick reminder, on ramps 475 southbound from westbound US 24 and eastbound US 24 are closed for the next 90 to 150 days. You're going to have to plan an alternate route. Call or text if you see problems. 419-240-1000. The line is sponsored by Perrysburg Premier Garage Door and a service of your information station, Toledo's K100.
At KNR, we think you deserve more compensation than your lawyer. We operate on contingency, so there's no risk. If you don't recover compensation, you owe nothing. Expect more from your lawyer. Hurt in a car? Call KNR.
Get up and fight. War for you. Warforyou.com.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Did you know Discover wants everyone to feel special? That's why with your Discover card, you have access to 24/7 customer service, as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/credit.
It's a long road, and you face the world alone. No one reaches out ahead for you to hold. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you, that a hero lies in you.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
well,
man.
she did.
Commercials coming in. Can't hear you. Oh, man. There we go. All right. Well, there we are. So, yeah, David R Webb Builders Kevin Webb, thank you so much. We love having you as a sponsor. We love having you be a part of the show. I always love it when he comes in too. He's got great stories. He's
animated.
He's an adventurer,
He
know?
is.
And so it's always
you talk about somebody who lives life to the fullest. That man does. He flies, he dives, he rides horses. He's,
Oh yeah,
I don't know how he has time for building.
He's a pilot.
Mhm.
He's something I won't do that. I won't go up.
No.
And no,
Mhm.
nope. I'm not going to be another statistic.
I have a cousin who has a little biplane, and I hear he's a little adventurous in it. So I've had opportunity, but won't.
And I'm sure it's back. Can you please tell Lynn Lynn, you look fly this morning.
Whoa.
Aw, who said that?
That was Gwen Hartford. that
Thanks,
said
Bringing
that.
the 90s back.
So
What a sweetheart.
yeah. So the Zillenial word of the day is salty, by the way. Are you familiar with the word salty?
I heard Lynn mention that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the Zillenial word of the day, which is funny because salty was a word that I used back when I was like in grade school, I think. So there's nothing.
Okay, so you have to forgive me. Definition of Zillenial. I'm losing track of these Zillenials.
Yeah. So the Zillenials are the group. You got the Gen Zers and you got the Millennials, and then it all started because there is a legitimate group of people that were born in between 1980 and 1984, right? That 4-year gap where they're technically millennials.
80 and 84?
Yeah. Between 80 and 80. These aren't Zillennials.
Oh, okay.
No. Again, this is something that the Zillennials are stealing, just like everything else.
Ooh, fighting words.
Yeah. And they, and I fall into this group of the 80 to 84. I was 82, where we remember having to learn the Dewey Decimal System in the library. We remember a time when we didn't have internet. You couldn't, that we didn't have cell phones, that information wasn't just right there. We played Oregon Trail. That was one of the best video games that we had, right?
Encyclopedia was.
Yeah, we had to use encyclopedias. When you did papers, you actually had to look in books and encyclopedias and all these different things in the library. And when it called for 3 sources, Wikipedia could not be one of those. There was no such thing. We went through the time period of dial-up network instead of just, we remember hearing the
had to be patient.
right?
Remember when your parents wanted to get on the phone, but you were on the internet?
But you're on the internet.
That was the problem.
You can't talk on the phone right now. I'm on AOL Instant Messenger right now, Mom. We remember all that stuff, but we also are very tech savvy, right? We adapted very well to the smartphones and everything like that, social media, all the stuff. That's the between the Gen X and Millennials. That's us. That's our group, right?
What is your name?
I believe they were called
Normal.
Zenial. I think it was Zenial. So now these Zillennials, because they don't want to be called millennials, but they're not Gen Zers. So they're saying we're in this in between. No, you're not. You're either a Gen Zer or you're a millennial. You don't have this in between. They claim that they do, but there's nothing original about them. Because not only did they steal the concept of this in between, they also have taken every single word, like salty. That's not your word.
No.
I'm sorry. That word does not. You didn't create that.
Yeah.
One of them was a W. We've got enough to last us for the rest of the year of these Zillenial words of the day. So the Zillennial is the Gen Z and the Millennial. They're basically the most unoriginal group around.
Regurgitators.
and I say
they're young and they're beautiful.
What's that?
But they're young and they're beautiful.
Of course, they're young and beautiful.
Right now, you sound like the get off my lawn guy. But
oh yeah, I definitely. I've been looking forward to becoming an old curmudgeon. I'm very excited about it. Yeah, very excited. But I know Rebecca Witte will be in here a little bit later, and so if she's hearing any of this, she's going to come in ready to fight.
All right. So actually, we'll see that. That sounds good.
But yeah. So anything else about the Shamrock Shuffle that we want to? The Shamrock and Shuffle.
It's not too late to sign up. The weather's going to be beautiful. And, the first year we did this, we had no idea what to expect. We thought it was going to be a bunch of people running, just normal athletes. First year it started at 4:00. So it's 3:58 and there's nobody at the start line. Mm-hmm. So I had to go into the corner bar. I had to go into the bar and I had to go across the table for the bar. Guys, come on. The race is starting. Come on out of the bar. So what got me that we were onto something is guy comes out in jean shorts, cigarette in one hand and a beer in the other hand. Is like, all right, let's go.
When are we going
right?
on?
That's the audience.
That's what you're looking at.
That's the audience.
Probably drop a song.
Just come out, have a good time, do the shuffle. You're gonna have a good time. That's the purpose.
That's the vibe. There we go. All right. So that's happening tonight. You want to make sure you go to runtoledo.org.com. Runtoledo.com to sign up. And you want to or you just go down there and sign up. Maybe just wander in there. Marco, you live a block away from there.
I do.
You have no excuse.
I have zero excuse.
So, and you're going to be
I don't like to run.
You're going to be in town this weekend?
No.
You're not going to be in town this weekend?
No.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to Maryland. My sister's started a new job, so I'm going to help her out a little bit.
Oh, that's very nice of you. So, all right. You do a lot of driving.
I do a lot of driving. You know, it's funny. So, I mean, I have what's known as kind of a speeding problem on the streets. I've gotten a few tickets, but my whole thing is I put so many miles on my car. I am just out there more to get it's like the average person, like, how do you get like 3 tickets in one? I'm like, because I drive 20,000 miles, every couple of months.
I mean, Maryland, that's not close.
How many
that's
miles do you have on your truck?
189,000.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I thought you'd have way more than that.
Second. Yeah. Let me put it this way. I bought a brand new Ford Escape in 2014 or 15 when I first was going through my divorce and my kids were far away. And in 4 years, I put 200,000 miles on that truck. That's how much driving I do. 4 years, 200,000 miles. So that the normal person puts on 10,000 miles a year. That's why, like, hey, you should get a lease. I'm like, dude, I would break a lease in like 4 months. I would be over my mileage.
Yeah.
But
you can't do a lease.
But I am a turnpike expert because I either go to the turnpike to Maryland or the turnpike to Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So
what's that drive out to Maryland? How many hours?
6.5 hours.
6.5 hours?
You know what's funny is
do you
Toledo,
do it all on one leg? You don't stop at all?
Toledo is exactly halfway between my son in Madison and my parents in Maryland. Exactly half.
Oh,
like if you were to take a point and just pick, Toledo is the middle.
There you go.
So
that's perfect.
Anyway.
Well, I'll tell you, Gwen Hartford is salty.
Well,
why?
She's salty right now because we didn't read her thank you. And I did miss it. So she said, thank you guys for my tickets to Fantasticon. We met the Chips guys. Oh my Lord.
She sent pictures on the text line yesterday.
Also, my husband.
We should put them on the thing here.
Won circus tickets, and my daughter won master. Good for a woman who loves to win stuff. You've certainly
the whole
won
family
a lot.
loves to win. It sounds
yeah. And she met Marco, and that was a dream come true for her. And
at Fantasticon?
No, she met him at the show last week.
Oh,
she came in at the very end last week.
Yes, she did.
Saw her in there.
And there you go. So there you go, Gwen. So you guys have another. So guys, I have another grandkid with a birthday today. She's 12. Her name is Gracie. She gets up at 8. So yeah, we'll give her. I'll say happy birthday to her at 8:15.
Of
course. So there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for some music in the area, there's one lady that's here to tell about it. That is Andy Jo Taylor with the Music Now.
Hope y'all were able to make it out to the great shows that we had last weekend. I know we all showed up and showed out for Pasta for a Purpose. Thank you to everyone who showed up to support a great cause, and a special thank you to Southwest Bistro for hosting an amazing event. We all know cancer sucks. Toledo, we got lucky this year. We got the whole weekend to celebrate St. Patty's Day. Starting off today, catch Ben Bialis kicking off St. Patty's Day weekend at Chevy's, or head over to Bar 145 and catch a band that's been rocking Toledo and St. Patty's Day for years, the Delaney's. And yours truly will be headed home to do a Holland show at Jed's on Bancroft. This one is for the entire family. Jed's will have the jigs, and I'll have the jams. On Saturday, if you didn't catch the Delaney's at Bar 145, you can catch Hard Candy, or if you're feeling lucky, head over to Hollywood Casino so you can catch JP and the Energy. And for all my East Toledo, Oregon people, your girl is going to be performing at Harborview Yacht Club starting at 6. This event is open to the public. And St. Patty's Day, Sunday Lucky Day, I'll be kicking off the day at Kickstand from noon to 3. Come jam and get your jigs. And for anybody that's looking to go downtown, Cock and Bull has got you covered with Danny Boy Metler from 1 to 5 and St. Phoenix from 5:30 to 9:30. Toledo, with a lineup like this, you'll be sure to have a great St. Patty's Day weekend. Hope to see y'all out, and be on the lookout for All Your Music Now Fridays on K100 and Guy in the 419 with yours truly, Andy Joe Taylor.
So there we go. Lots of great music happening this weekend. You don't want to miss it. Oh, there's so much. I mean, there's so much. So Extra Stout, 2 members of Extra Stout are going to be in here later today.
Love it.
Mike and Ellen McCarty, they'll be in here. They'll do a couple songs. You know, it's funny. He said about they do the kilt, like the most people in kilts running. That would be very uncomfortable.
That would not be fun.
That would, you know what Scotsmen wear under their kilts, right?
Nothing
at all. That's
maybe for a 3-mile race they'd change.
Well,
their ways.
that's like there's a song about that actually that they do in this. This Scotsman, he walks out of a bar. He's been drinking too much.
That's a good song.
He goes to Are you familiar with this one, Lynn?
No.
He goes and he passes out by a tree, and a little bit later, these 2 girls walk by and they see that he's.
Don't ruin the song for her.
It's a song.
Well, it's a joke. It's a joke too.
Oh, it's a song.
It's a song too. Should I save it and have my dad sing it later?
I was gonna. Well, you know what's funny? That's the song I was gonna. But then I was like, because then it was like the Scotsman and the Irish don't get along, I guess, or whatever. Yeah.
So they do. They do, especially. Yeah. It's just the Scotsmen can't drink. They can't. You know. That was like.
And you think the Irish cuisine is bad?
Scots. Yeah, haggis. It just gets worse and worse the further you go.
All right, hold that thought. K100, Toledo's country music station. We are Lynn and Marco.
Thank you for being here. It's a Friday Facebook Live. We'll talk to Pat McCarty here and the guy in the 419 in just a second. As far as weather, clearing skies today, spotty showers early, then some afternoon sun at a high near 54.
49 now. Toledo's K100. Your weather sponsored by Jim White Toyota. Cars arriving daily, right car, right price. Right now, traffic is brought to you by Towers Armory. Unlimited range time for just $20. And it looks like we continue to be in good shape. Don't see any accidents, no incidents reported. If you do see trouble, please get a hold of us on that text line or phone us 419-240-1000.
So it is a Friday Facebook Live. We're live on Facebook, YouTube. You can go to either the guy in the 419 or our K100 pages or the Marco Nation, my page, or you can even catch us out on YouTube doing that. We got somebody special coming in a couple minutes, the mayor.
Mayor Wade Kapszukiewicz, Mayor of Toledo. Yeah, he'll be in. So excited to talk to him. Talk to him about everything from that money being invested into East Toledo to the new city flag and how he feels about the craziness of March basketball.
Yeah, but he is also a wealth of knowledge of sports history,
like a photographic memory.
It's insane. So we're gonna be, especially on Facebook Friday Live, so you want to tune in.
You know, after he left here, I kind of researched him a little bit because I mean he is so smart. He was valedictorian of his class. I mean, he's got so many.
You were spying on him?
No,
social media.
She did a little stalking, a little online stalking.
Research. It's
research is what they call it now.
No, but I think he's very humble, you know, about himself, and it was really interesting to see some things on. I won't. It's not like stalking if you tell him you're researching.
Listen, you don't have to be embarrassed about it. It's just fine. This is what you're doing. In fact, if you watch our Facebook Live here, we just talked to a really cool guy about a great event that's happening tomorrow that you can go to and hang out.
Clint McCormick, thank you so much for stopping by. His schedule didn't allow him to keep hanging around, but appreciate the fact that he did so much. Shamrock Shuffle happens tonight, 8:00 downtown Toledo, and it's going to start and at the Blarney, and it's not your typical 5K because this was only 3 miles long because, hey,
And you can even have a shortcut to make it 2 miles.
I encourage shortcuts. They have kind of
drinking,
interesting, refreshment stops along the way.
Drinking.
Yeah, it's really cool, really fun nighttime glow stick sort of event. So if you want to get your St. Patrick's Day weekend started off in fun style, that's a great way to do it. And then it wraps up with a party right there in front of the Blarney.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, we'll talk to the mayor in just a couple minutes. Of course, it's Friday Facebook Live. It's also a Friday Feel Good Friday. If you got any feel good stories, let us know.
We'd love to hear from you. I know we've got a birthday coming up later on. We'll say hi to somebody and some other things. So you can always text that to us at 419-240-1000.
Lynn and Marco in the morning and the Just Good Enough Morning Show. K100. K100 welcomes Chris Young and the Young Love and Saturday Nights Tour, May 2nd at the Huntington Center. Old Trucks, Young Love and Saturday. And special guest Brian Martin. Tickets on sale now.
This is Chris Young. This is my station.
Keep listening to Win Your Way In. Stream us and get all the show info now. K100country.com. Your concert hookup.
What's up? I'm Chris Young.
K100.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals use proprietary AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Sponsored by Lazy Boy.
Oh,
Where's my shot? Where's my shot collar? Where's my shot
boy.
collar?
I knew it. I knew I should
That
have
was
brought
one.
it.
Hang on. I think it should be a 3 strikes rule, right? 3 strikes, you're
I
zapped,
agree.
right?
You apologize to the people right now for that.
All right, I am so. There we go. Now we're good. Someone text Pat. Gwen said, "Where AJ says, where's the shot collar?"
See?
So yeah. All right.
You have one job over there.
I have one job over here.
It's 2 buttons.
I know.
I've got hundreds of buttons.
You press like what you pawned. You had 2.
I have hundreds.
You had like 2 jobs over there, and you pawned one of them off onto me. So yeah, we'll definitely do the Scotsman, the kilt song.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We'll have him do that. What else is going on in this area this weekend? Lots of great stuff. Annie, as I said, they're doing the show Annie at the Franciscan Center this weekend. That's the Sylvania Arts Youth that's doing that. They've got 4 shows. They've got tonight. They've got an afternoon show tomorrow, an evening show tomorrow, and an afternoon show on Sunday.
Goodness.
So I've got to make sure I take it easy on my Guinness drinking before the show.
So how does that work with the fasting?
Well,
St. Patrick's Day, the Pope even says it's okay to celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
I don't think the Pope does
Lent.
say that, actually. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's
he's
real.
He's granted dispensation for a lot of different things. Like if St. Patrick's Day, I think one year it fell on a Friday.
Yep.
And
he said, go ahead and eat your
go and eat corned beef. Like you get granted dispensation. He said you're allowed to eat.
I don't think that ever happened.
It absolutely happened.
I don't think the Pope said that.
Yes, he did. Do you want to bet? I'll bet the first round of golf. You want to bet?
No, you jumped too quick on that one. You jumped a little too quick on that. Your poker face is not working.
I could be just really bluffing right now. Though.
I don't think so.
No, he absolutely did. And then, but for my fasting, okay. So actually, what's really amazing is this. Like last weekend, I failed. I was at that event at the Franciscan Center with the Sylvania Rotary. And I gave my time, and because they were just they're just starting off,
right.
And so they gave me some drink tickets, and I was like, well, okay, if you give me drink tickets, I don't want to. The water.
You can't offend them.
The water was free, right?
Yeah.
So I drank. I did drink, and they had and it was the Stuff Your Stanley at Mayberry ice cream. So I had a 40-ounce thing of ice cream that I ate. And
what kind of ice cream did you get?
I got 3 flavors. I got their salted caramel, cookies and cream, and moose tracks all together the same, and it was fantastic.
Of course.
Did they have the mint moose tracks? Did you try that?
I didn't try the mint moose tracks. That was one of my. I should have had that cutaway. I recorded the little piece where you and I both said mint moose tracks, and then like looked at it. I have that cutaway. I'll see if I can upload that.
Did she have enough?
Yeah, I didn't ask her if they. I'll have to ask her if they.
But
ran
a nice
out.
turnout.
They had a great time. It was kind of a steady thing all day long, is what she said. And so I had that. And then when I went to this thing, they had all this great food there, which was fine. The food was fine. Right. But then Mayberry ice cream was also there providing ice cream. Oh. So I had more ice cream. And then Sunday we had round 3, our final round of the margarita showdown.
Yeah.
And so, of course, I had some margaritas and food. So I really didn't stick to my fasting and anything at all on the weekend. But I still was down on Wednesday.
Good for
you. So it just kind of shows that, you can take a cheat day. You can take a day where you can cheat. But it's very easy to make excuses or make, grant yourself, I can do this because of
No,
you can find time to do that every single day. So you got to know where to draw the line. You just got to know when. Okay. Like
all
right. Actually, what I did was from 7:30 on Sunday night, I carried it over. I didn't eat anything until 4:30 on Tuesday. So I did a 44-hour fast.
Wow.
So it felt good. Felt really good, actually. I don't know why it feels so good to not eat.
Don't you get hunger pains?
No. And anytime I do, I just drink water and they go away. Yeah, that's actually never take it easy on Guinness. So no, I don't feel hunger pains. I don't know. You just feel like you feel hungry. You can tell that there's definitely a calorie deficit, taking place because you kind of have that weird feeling. But no, eventually you get to a point where your body stops being hungry. Marco, Gwen says, Marco, I need to see if you could DJ my granddaughter's Sweet 16 next year. How do I book you? You go to the Marco Nation on Facebook and you private message them.
That's all you got to do.
That would be my suggestion.
100% exactly what you would do.
AJ says my weekend will be filled with corned beef and gabbage. He says gabbage. I think it's supposed to be cabbage.
Or maybe he just talks a lot.
Maybe.
Yeah, Pete, you really shouldn't be talking about somebody's mistypes or misspokes.
Me?
Mm.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Well,
I was learn. I
I'm
would.
Yeah.
Amir was with me. Amir.
With the American will be
The American. Are you talking about the mayor?
The mayor. Oh. Talk to Tex is the absolute worst.
I was cracking up.
So, oh my gosh, it was Talk to Tex is no good, but we have a lot of great stuff going on this weekend. And I'm excited. I'm excited to have it. So have we heard from the mayor?
No, I just went out to see if he was here and I didn't see him yet.
So I'm going to come right out and say this, and I'll say it online. The mayor and everybody who knows him, everybody who knows the mayor knows exactly what I'm talking about. He has a reputation for notoriously being late.
Oh, really?
All the time. Yeah. All the time.
I didn't know that.
And everybody that works with him knows it. I remember I was somewhere and I said, somebody said, is Wade here yet? And I just kind of threw off a comment. I said, well, no, I mean, he's supposed to be here right now. So it'll be another 15 minutes. And the people that work with him around him were like, yes, like they all like, yeah, they know. And it's, he's a busy man. He's got a lot going on. But do you have World Series or Super Bowl years that you want to?
Yeah, I could throw some out.
Throw some out there.
Top of my head, but
Stump the mayor.
Stump the mayor. That's what we're going to try. So we're going to play a game.
Hold that thought.
Called Stump the Mayor.
K100, Toledo's country music station. Lynn and Marco, your sports report here, brought to you by Zavosky's Custom Meats and Deli, and we are right inside of March, and that means basketball, and the sports report is filled with a lot of that here. It looks like in the MAC tourney, Toledo's drought grows to 44 years. For the fourth consecutive season, UT won the MAC regular season title, but they leave the conference tournament and not make it to the big dance, losing the 8th seed Kent State 67-59. The Lady Rockets will face Buffalo at 10 a.m. just in a bit here on ESPN+. The number 5 seed BG Falcons knocked off the number 4 seed Chippewa 66-56. Now BG will face Kent State at 5 p.m. today on CBS SN. In the Big Ten tourney, the Ohio State men never trailed, beating Iowa 90-78 yesterday. And the 10th seeded Buckeyes will play the 2nd seeded Illinois today here at 6:30 on BTN. That is your sports report.
That's enough sports. Lynn's got your fix in the 419.
A couple weeks ago, we had Sutton Reeks in from the Imagination Station talking about the solar eclipse. She is our official solar eclipse ambassador. We'll have her back in next week to talk a little bit more about the activities going on, where you can still get your glasses and those kinds of things. And you guys are going, yeah, solar eclipse. Okay, some school will be out, but you really kind of need to prepare for it because traffic in this area is going to be insane. restaurants. Everything is going to be so incredibly busy. Greyhound is now offering a bus route between Detroit to Toledo for the solar eclipse.
No, we're not getting the full eclipse here anyway.
Yes,
we are. We are in the path of totality.
2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. So it's going to be kind of crazy. So, again, if you think, well, because you're already here, you're going to be able to do whatever it is you want to do, you might think twice about it and figure out, what you need tickets for, what you want to make reservations for, and have your plans in place, because we are going to get inundated with people. I don't know if you heard the Guardians are doing something cool. It's actually April 8th is their opening day, their season home opener, and they're going to start the game immediately following the eclipse. So they're going to have the whole stand filled with darkness and fans, and then that first pitch goes immediately as the sun is visible again. So kind of cool. But there you go. Just something to consider as you're making plans. And Sutton Reeks will be back in with us next Friday.
All right. Love that.
Filling you in on fun in the 419.
All right. Filling you in fun of the 419. No better than that than Guy in the 419. What's happening this weekend?
We've got a lot of great stuff going on this weekend, starting tonight, as we already said, with the Shamrock Shuffle taking place tonight at 8 o'clock. It's not too late to register. You can register online at runtoledo.com if you want to say .org, runtoledo.com, or just sign up when you get there. But it's a great time. It's a 3-mile course. It's at night. Bring your glow sticks, bring your light up clothes, whatever you want. And you end in the Blarney beer tent.
That's
with a beer ticket and a banana. That's a great way to start off.
Great
Way to start off the weekend. We've also got of course the party continues all weekend long down at the Blarney, the big tent they have up, the event center that they have there. So a lot of great bands that'll be playing out there. Bar 145, they have bands. Chevy's Place, they have bands. Go over to Hensville, they're going to have music all weekend. Mommy Bay Brewing. It's a nonstop party in downtown Toledo. You go down pretty much at any time, you're going to have something to do down there. So I highly encourage going to downtown Toledo this weekend.
All right, love that. Hopefully we'll have the mayor here in just a bit.
And for those who really, maybe you're looking for something that's going to entertain your kids, Monster Jam downtown also this weekend at the Huntington Center. And you've also got the 72nd Zenobia Shrine Circus happening through Sunday.
Lots to do this weekend right here in the Glass City. It's Lynn and Marco on K100.
Once again, I want to thank Kevin.
That's number 2.
Damn. All right, number 2. Once again, I want to thank.
If we get to 3, I'm bringing a shot caller in next week.
All right. Third time I get a shock. Do I get 3 strikes and then it's
I don't have shot caller today. If we make it to 3 today, though, it's coming next week, and then you just get it whenever.
Well, no, it's got to be.
I mean,
all right.
No, not whenever. Like whenever you mess up.
Well, yeah, but no, even when I'm wearing the shot collar, it's got to be like.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know.
All right.
We'll let the folks vote on that.
they're all going to be like, shock him.
Exactly.
Shock him every time he talks. But Kevin Webb, thanks again for being our sponsor for this hour. Here's just this place to stay in Storm Damage. It looks like it's out in Lynn's neck of the woods. Out in Oregon, just lots of wind and I don't know if it was a tornado or what it was, but caused a lot of damage to this house. And they came in and just it made the house look better than it was before.
It's a long road, and you face the world alone. One reaches out ahead for you to hold. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you, that a hero lies in you.
So there, Kevin, thank you so much. Oh, look at this. I got to switch.
Gorgeous, such gorgeous
I got to
work.
switch Marco here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We still
Okay, there we go. No,
Yeah.
okay, now we're good. Now we're good.
Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Right?
So this is why Lynn loves this so much.
She likes the wide angle there.
you.
That's
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if they'd be on my best behavior over here. Oh boy, we got to talk. K100.
K100 Toledo's country music station. Lynn and Marco, thank you so much for being right here. We appreciate each and every one of you on a Feel Good Friday and feeling good about finally having our wedding date set in stone for this summer, June 29th, 2024. Summer and Eli. Good job, guys. If you need a
Congratulations.
photographer for your wedding or if you need a videographer, I am available to do those things. I just want to throw it out there. Pat can be a DJ. I mean, we could have the whole band there. Oh, and officiate the wedding too. So, oh my God, but this, we could have our own little company right here.
If you're feeling good about something, love to see your text or give us a call, 419-240-1000. It is a Feel Good Friday as well as a Friday Facebook Live.
Oh, absolutely. Got to say hi to the real Marilee. She says, enjoy your St. Patty's Day. Thank God it's Friday morning. Enjoying my friends. Appreciate you there as well. So, Pat, I know we're live now on a few different spaces here, and you've got your daughter in a very special thing this weekend. Pretty cool. She's in. It's called. They're doing Annie.
They're doing Annie Junior, so
Annie
it's
Junior.
the junior version of it, which basically is they've taken the classic Annie and they've shortened it, so it's only about an hour and a half long. But it's a great thing to take kids to. If you're looking for something fun, they've got a show tonight, 2 tomorrow in the afternoon and the evening, and 1 on Sunday. It's taking place out at the Franciscan Center. It's put on by the Sylvania Arts Youth. This was, I was a young kid when I saw a small theater group putting on Pinocchio, and I saw that. I thought, well, that'd be a lot of fun. Got me into acting, and I'll tell you what, if you want a confidence builder for your kids, get them involved on stage.
Yes, I could definitely see you as Pinocchio because you.
I was never Pinocchio, but I'll tell you the first big role that I ever had in a production, in a children's production.
Yeah,
it was called The 12 Dancing Princesses.
Oh, which one were you?
Well, yeah, right.
Number 11.
Right.
Morning Start with Lynn and Marco.
It's gonna be good. Yes. It's gonna be great. Yes.
Lynn and Marco, K100.
Being hurt in an accident is scary and stressful, but you are not alone. Kissling, Nestico, and Reddick has been fighting for the injured for 2 decades, and we're here to make the process as painless as possible. Expect more from your lawyer. Hurt in a car? Call KNR.
I'm Anita Lopez. For over 20 years, I've been here for Lucas County. As your auditor, I held the line on fair property value. I've been there for our seniors and our children, making Lucas County better for the next generation. And as your commissioner, I'll do even more. Our number one priority is the economy. I have the vision and experience the commissioner's seat requires.
Vote Anita Lopez in the March Democratic primary. Keep Anita, Lucas County Commissioner. She's there for us.
Paid for by the committee to elect Anita Lopez. Discover, this is Daniela.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great. But with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you with?
Do you like asparagus and mushroom sorbet? I've got leftovers.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back. It pays to
The record. Going forward, how do you say your last name?
I say Kapszukiewicz.
Okay, that's what I've been saying.
Okay. Truth be told, there's probably a shepherd in Poland who's pronouncing it a totally different way, and I'm saying it wrong. But I say Kapszukiewicz. I think the Polish pronunciation is something along the lines of Kapszukiewicz or something like that. So with something that is already been Americanized, you'll have some people say, "Oh no, it's Kapszukiewicz or Kapsa this." The most common mispronunciation is Kapszukiewicz, but
is it really?
as Shakespeare would say, a rose by any other name smells as sweet. Although I don't know if that, I don't know.
So where did
I don't know what I
where
smell
did
like.
that pronunciation? You're like getting ready to be introduced. Like, who the heck is?
I'm used to. I've heard everything, and so whenever there's an awkward pause and the person doing the introducing starts to look nervous, I
it's time to take over.
I remember in just about every year of school, growing up.
Oh yeah, that's the first day of school.
First day of school, and I did get the alphabet. So
You know
you
it's
get
coming.
to the J's and the H's,
yes.
Yeah.
and then the teacher or professor, because I think this happened in college, would, they would, I don't know, maybe Jankowski, Jacobs, and then there'd be
This long pause.
and I'd just be here.
It's Kevin.
I'm
It's
here.
me.
It's me.
So Kapszukiewicz.
That's what I say.
That's what you say.
That's
Oh,
what I've
that's
been
what
saying. So I feel good.
But I am fully able to concede that is sort of an Americanized, could be a mispronunciation from how they really.
But not Kapszukiewicz. Not Kavich.
I mean,
Kavich.
I say Cabbage.
Cabbage.
But,
well, then we all should say Cabbage. That's,
okay.
If that's what you say, that's what we should say, right?
Tomato.
Yeah. So now everybody knows.
All right.
Thank you.
The
Thank Marco.
record
I'm
has
glad
been-
you cleared that up for
yeah,
everybody.
straightened in.
That was good. That was good.
Well, I'm glad that I came in at 7:40 for that, because we would have needed for me to be here at 7:20.
Yeah.
to
To
really
go through
get
the whole history of it all.
of the name. Yeah.
Go through the whole history of it all. So, Lynn, you were saying that there's a lot of things going on. I know there were a couple things that you wanted to ask
I
about.
think that there's been a lot of excitement about the news about East Toledo getting some money sunk into it. So
Yeah,
that's kinda
there
cool.
really is a lot going on in Toledo, and almost all of it positive. I try to be a realist. I know things aren't perfect in Toledo. I don't think there's any perfect city, but I do think that we take 2 steps forward for every step back. And I think more than anything else, people focus on progress. And boy, we're making progress in a lot of areas.
We are.
Our crime rates are pretty drastically down over the last couple of years. The riverfront is just taking on a whole new shape with the Glass City Metro Park. Continue to win awards for our economic development. And to your point, boy, we're doing a good job getting federal grants. So what was just announced was a $28 million grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation. The best part about this is that there's no local match required. A lot of times there's a local match. This is just absolutely no match. They are paying for 100% of it. And it's going to stretch from the far northern end of the Glass City Metro Park, so sort of by the I-280 bridge, all the way up Front Street, and it's going to sort of turn the corner and wrap around and then head up toward Cherry Street. And really what you're talking about is, look, Front Street's going to be a little less like a speedway. You're going to have a median in the middle with some trees and bike paths and decorative lamp posts and signage, and it's going to make it more walkable, more attractive, and it's just more of the overhaul of the east side of the river. That area in between Wade High
Metro
School.
Parks continues to take
Absolutely.
over the other direction through International Park and to the bridge.
Yeah,
high level.
that's the thing that really strikes me. Whenever I'm at that ice skating ribbon or roller skating ribbon, depending on the time of year in the Glass City Metro Park, people come up and they're so happy. And boy, I knew we could do it here in Toledo. There's a real pride, actually.
It is. It's very exciting.
And I get the sense that they think we're done. But we're not. We're probably about 25% of the way done with the full vision.
Oh, wow.
It's going to go both sides of the river from bridge to bridge. So we're jumping across the street in front of the Vistula neighborhood, going down to International Park, across. We're just beginning that work.
Pat was talking about yesterday. He had met a couple of people from influencers from Akron, from east of here near the Cleveland area, Youngstown. And he said they had a lot of misconceptions about Toledo and they were very surprised.
Yeah, they were saying, they were told, oh my gosh, you're going to Toledo. Like, make sure you have like an escort everywhere you go, because you are going to get you could get shot.
Oh my God.
And I'm hearing them say this, and and they said they were that we didn't experience anything like that. I said, you're not going to. I said that doesn't happen. This area, especially where we were, which was we were at the ballpark. I said you could walk around here at night, no problem. Like, it is very safe.
And they found so many fun places. Yeah, they're not coming in this morning.
Yes, they were the group that was supposed to be in here, and they experienced the Toledo nightlife last night.
Okay,
won't be able to make it in.
And they're still recovering from the Toledo.
Yes. Yeah.
They're part of what I focused on.
Hold that thought.
We're going to go live on the radio.
We're going to go live on the radio. Even though we've been live on Facebook this whole time. Now we're going live on the radio.
I'm ready.
All right.
Thank God for giving me you.
That's Kane Brown and Caitlin Brown here on K100. Lynn and Marco, thank you very much for spending your whole day here with us. We appreciate that. It's Friday Facebook Live, and of course we're live there we're live on the radio, online, on air, on the phone, wherever you can listen to us. Possibly that's where we are today. We're so excited to have another guest in our studio, Lenny, and it's awesome.
Toledo's Mayor Wade Kapszukiewicz. So thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, happy to be here.
Yeah, well,
and happy St. Patrick's Day almost.
It's I see that you are an optimist. You focus on how it's almost St. Patrick's Day. I'm ominously worried that today are the Ides of March, and I'm looking over my shoulder for Brutus behind me at any minute here.
Well, you are in politics, so
that's right. So I'm glad I'm seated up against a wall where no one can sneak up behind with a dagger, because I think today's the Ides of March. All right.
Glad you're comfortable with your seat.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, surprised you didn't roll up in here with a big security team and all that. So,
or a toga, if we're going to continue the Julius Caesar Ides of March. Yeah. But no one would want to see me in a toga, I assure you.
Has it been done back in the college days? Are there pictures you hope that don't surface?
I absolutely hope there are pictures that don't surface. I don't know if I'm in a toga in any of them, but there's enough. There's enough that I hope that I'm glad that the digital age had not dawned at that point. So if those embarrassing photos, someone would actually have to get their hands on the actual, Kodak printout.
Yeah.
So my odds are good that they will remain a secret.
Yeah. Well, listen, I live downtown, and we were just kind of talking about this on our Friday Facebook Live, the revitalization of downtown and everything that's going on. I know you take a lot of flack, and being in policy, I'm sure you signed up for that and all that. But, man, it is awesome to be here. And Pat was just kind of telling you, there's a big misconception about Toledo from people outside the area. So, one, congratulations on it. I know it's tough to get everything done there, and you can't please everybody. But, I think we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I think we are. And actually, I think sometimes we only hear from the folks who are cranky. I think there is an optimism in Toledo, and there's a lot of tangible signs that point to it. And I get the sense that people feel it too. And people, I don't worry about, oh yeah, you signed up for it. I think people, outside of my own household, I think they support me. I think my approval rating, I'm told, is like 67%.
In the household?
No, outside the household. Okay. And the point is, inside the household, if you count the dogs, I think it's like 17%. And I'm not even sure if I support myself. So I don't worry about any of that stuff. I just sort of look at results, and we are, I suppose we're not perfect, but we take 2 steps forward for every step back. Our crime numbers this year are dramatically down what they've been from the last couple of years. Now they're down nationally also, but in Toledo we're running ahead of the national average. I think homicides in Toledo last year were down by about 30%. In fact, all kinds of violent crime that are measured were way down. We continue to win awards for our economic development. We're fixing more miles of road.
Mm-hmm. And revitalization, expanding beyond downtown Toledo into East Toledo.
Oh, sure. And, the $28 million grant we just got from the federal government to help sort of build upon the momentum along the riverfront, the Glass City Metro Park is all good. So, just like any other group of human beings, sometimes we stumble and fall, but we're Toledoans. We get back up, dust ourselves off, and come back for more. So.
And we've got a brand new City of Toledo flag contest.
Oh, you're excited about that, aren't you?
Well, I think it could be the sort of thing that could unite people. Yeah,
but what about the guy that designed the first one? Is he excited?
The guy that designed the first one must have been born in the 19th century.
No, but I mean the new one. I meant
he definitely was not born in the 19th century. No, this is a conversation. There are people say, well, why is this a conversation? In the last 6 years, there have been like 125 cities and states, about 7 or 8 states have all redesigned their flags. We're sort of living in a strange era where from a marketing standpoint and a messaging standpoint and a branding standpoint, this is something that communities are doing more and more. We're a 200-year-old city. We've had 2 flags, so I don't think we overdo this, but every 50 years or so. So a gentleman came forward a couple years ago with some interesting ideas. I think that's a great starting point. if there was a mistake made last time, is that it was there wasn't much of a process.
Right.
We sort of showed up on a Tuesday, and Wednesday City Council was supposed to vote on it. We're going to do it right this time. We're going to slow it down. We're going to take several months. We're going to have neighborhood meetings, and we're going to make it a contest. Try to make it fun. And so, whether if you're a third grader at Blessed Sacrament or a Boy Scout troop from the South End, you come up with your ideas, send them in. The Arts Commission is sort of leading a process where there'll be a little committee that will review it, and there'll be some public voting. And next January 7th, which our birthday, our city's birthday, we're going to unveil a new flag. So look,
188th. I just, no offense to whoever designed the old storm logo.
Don't let them do it.
There are, there are modern ways to, as they say, sort of, freshen up the brand. And so we're a new Toledo, and let's have a new flag. And look, it won't be for everyone. That's okay. There are plenty of, dark corners of the internet where you can go be miserable by yourself. The rest of us are going to try to, unite and do something that I think could be meaningful. Here's the one thing I will say. But when the gentleman came forward with his design a couple years ago, some folks said, well, that doesn't say anything about Toledo. Okay, maybe so, but look at the American flag. The American flag doesn't say anything about America. When you think of it, there's no Statue of Liberty on it. There's no, stars, what's the Grand Canyon or Niagara Falls. Right. It's a series of shapes and symbols that only have meaning because we as a nation assigned meaning to it. So I know there's 50 stars because we have 50 states, but it's not written on the flag.
Right.
I know there's 13 stripes because of the 13 colonies. That there's meaning assigned to that because we came together as a community to assign meaning. So that's a worthwhile exercise for a city too. This flag isn't going to have Muddy the Mudhead eating a Tony Pacos hot dog riding a Jeep. That's not what flags are supposed to do.
My design's out.
What you're saying is we don't need to spoon feed it to people what Toledo is.
There should be, symbols and shapes that we understand as Toledoans in a way that can bring us together. So look, we got a ton of other things going on in the city too, but we can walk and chew gum at the same time. Let's have a little bit of fun with it.
Well, it really worked, the whole get the public involved with naming the snow plows. So because I love the ideas that
Edgar Allan Snow.
They're so cute.
Yeah, they are cute.
Control Salt Delete. I love it. So
yeah.
All right, well,
that kind of thing. That's how we'll do it.
Nice. Well, can you hang out with us on Facebook Live here for a while? Okay.
Absolutely.
We're going to pay some bills here. It's Wade Mayor Kapszukiewicz. We appreciate you stopping by. It's Lynn and Marco on K100. Now number one.
Lynn and Marco. K1.
There we go. I got to say, that's I'm with you. I think that too often people are like exactly what you said. I love that Muddy the Mudhead eating a Tony Pacos hot dog riding a Jeep. I mean, that's Toledo, right? But that doesn't need to be a part of the flag.
Right. So that
doesn't need to be.
I don't know. People say, it doesn't say anything about Toledo. It doesn't say anything. Yeah, neither does the American flag.
Right. Yep.
Now, Mrs. Trabick in third grade taught me that the red stands for bravery.
Right.
And the blue stand. But those
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I just literally learned that. Yeah. I knew the colonies and the stars, but
So that's how it's supposed to work. It is a useful exercise to sort of come together as a community and say, okay, these are symbols that are important to us. So I don't know what they'll be for our flag. I think there are, we're on a lake and a river. Okay, that seems important. And we've done some important things and, Ford Industry. I don't know. There are some symbols that I think we can glass. There's a lot of it, but it's not supposed to be a spoon-fed literal, Muddy the Mudhen eating a Tony Pacos hot dog, driving a Jeep. Yeah.
Although I do want a picture of that.
I mean,
it's exactly right. I think
but I also understand when people say, don't you have better things to do? Here's what I will say. Yeah, we do, which is why we're continuing to grow the size of the police force and
I will give you $11 to fix the road at those train tracks on Arlington.
Whoa, he usually only says
six usually.
I
doubled it.
So
he's really serious about this.
Yeah. All right. So that brings me to this question. So because I'm sure, because we deal with the public, and so do you ever just like walk down the street and people and they just come up to you and here we go, a list of things that you need to change?
People, maybe we're talking to different people. I suppose I do have people come up all the time and interact with me. But very, very rarely is it a sort of nasty negative experience.
They save that for when they're online.
Yes, they save that's right. For when they're online and anonymous.
Exactly.
But no, I mean, that's not to say that people don't like, hey, come on, my road needs to be resurfaced or whatever it is. I need the cars are speeding through my neighborhood or any one of a number of things. I get that all the time. I mean, literally all the time. But that's okay. That's good. There's a difference between that and some of the just real aggressive, vitriolic stuff that you read on Facebook.
Yeah.
I really do think, for as wonderful as social media has been to, connect us, that, I'm to the, I worry sometimes maybe, I don't know if more good has been achieved than bad. You talked earlier about, the folks who don't want to come here, they need an escort. Here, I talked about this in my State of the City speech. If there's such a disconnect sometimes between facts and reality, the facts of the matter are that just in terms of public safety, our numbers are way down. I mean, now they're not zero, okay?
Right.
And so that makes it a difficult thing to talk about sometimes, because what's the acceptable amount of violence we want in Toledo? Of course we want zero, even as we sense that's probably not attainable. So the numbers are way down, but if you are one of the few that have had a bad thing happen to you, it doesn't feel like it's way down. And here's the other thing that's happening. Now, when something bad happens, we get a news alert on the phone that's in our pocket. We get a text, we get a tweet. This will shock you. But in 1991, all of us, I can see the ages of us here in the studio. We were all alive in 1991. The violent crime rate in the United States of America, in terms of violent crimes per 100,000, was almost triple what it was in the United States 2 years ago during the worst of the pandemic. So remember 2 years ago, the spike all over the country. Oh my goodness, there's violence and this, whatever.
Oh yeah.
There was, and it was bad, and it was more than we can bear. And it was 1/3 of what it was in 1991. And yet I don't remember anyone in 1991 saying, I'm afraid to go to the Franklin Park Mall.
Right.
Even though it was numerically a far more violent time in our country. The differences in 1991, it's not that it wasn't happening. It was.
There wasn't a 24-hour news cycle.
Yeah, you weren't getting tweets about it. Right. Police officers weren't wearing body cams. I'm not saying one is good or one is the other, but it is sometimes perceptions sweep us away over the Niagara Falls of reality. And so I get it. Look, we do have to continue making progress on all of the things we care about, road repair, public safety, et cetera. But it would be wrong to say that we aren't in a heck of a lot better position today than we were, 3, 5, 7 years ago. So that's what keeps me going.
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought up the Franklin Park Mall. I hear so many people talk about how, no. My wife was told this the other day, or a couple weeks ago. She was saying, I'm going to go to the mall, and somebody said, no, don't do that. Oh my gosh,
my dogs are scared. They don't go to the mall. Yeah,
you can go to the mall. It's okay.
Yeah. And those same people, here's my guess, is that they were probably all alive in 1991, maybe, or they might have been younger.
Yeah.
In 1991, I'll tell you, I was 19 years old, so I was prime mall going age. None of those people were afraid to go to the Franklin Park Mall in 1991, when violent crime in America was 3 times higher than it is now.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just we didn't see it. We didn't get it tweeted to our.
We aren't inundated with
that. Yeah.
And there have been bad things that have happened in the mall. However, when you look at the numbers, you look at how often it's not as often, but people project that.
I get it. Here's the bottom line: if you are convinced that you want to be miserable, you'll find reasons.
Oh, yeah.
You'll find reasons to be miserable. They're easy to find.
Well, you seem like a pretty reasonable guy. So
I'm an optimist.
A big political thing going on now. I want to get your take. I know you're not on either side here, but this TikTok bill that they passed.
Yeah.
What do you think?
This is an interesting one. I don't think now, as a grumpy 51-year-old dad, I have long wondered what the fascination with TikTok is, and my kids are addicted to it and such. So I don't know what the appeal is of it, to primarily younger folks. At the same time, I don't know that it's the great Satan of our community on its face. I think the reason it's become a political issue is because the ownership of it, the CEO and the company has ties to China and the Chinese government. And the notion is that some of their profits are being sort of delivered back to the government of one of our.
Yeah, but there's a lot of misinformation. First of all, he's from Singapore. He's not from China.
Yeah.
All the U.S. information is kept on U.S. servers.
Yeah,
so there's a lot of people. There's a lot of misinformation out there. It feels more like
I know
Facebook
the feeling.
getting in there, and because if there's not TikTok, who's going to profit? Well, Google, Facebook, Instagram, those are all going to be, and those are the people in there. Plus,
so in some ways, this is McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's trying to drive Taco Bell out of business.
Exactly right.
Exactly.
My sense is there's nothing inherently wrong with TikTok, in my judgment. There is a kerfuffle about who owns it and where the profits go, and that's so far.
And information too, right? That's what they say is like, well,
it's
the Chinese government can be stealing your information, and by golly, if anybody's going to steal your information, it's going to be the American government.
Hold that thought.
Here.
Hardy K100 on air, online, and on your phone. And Hardy, of course, on the island, Put-in Bay. This coming August is going to be a bash. If you haven't gotten tickets yet, get all the details at our website, K100country.com. Lynn and Marco, we're sponsored by Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Coming up at 8:20, Siri will answer a question about Pat and the guy in the 419 about not texting Marco back. We'll see what she says about that.
And at 8:30, we've got a $440 birthday wheel jackpot. We are hoping we give it away. Listen for your shot to win. A few minutes past 8 and time for your latest look at news now.
Well, good Friday morning. I'm James Starks with the 13 Action News headlines. The U.S. Postal Inspection Service is now offering a $150,000 reward for information leading to the arrest of the person responsible for an armed robbery of a mail carrier at the Piccadilly Apartments in Oregon on Tuesday. That suspect, who is considered armed and dangerous, described as a black male in his 20s, about 5'6", 120 pounds. They say he was wearing all black clothing with a ski mask at the time of the crime. Well, police are also looking for whoever was behind the vehicle, or behind the wheel rather, of a hit and run involving a Springfield local school bus. That happened around 7:40 on Frankfort Road in Springfield Township. The Ohio State Highway Patrol says students were getting on the bus when a pickup truck heading east sideswiped it. No one was hurt, and damage to the bus was minor. And a Toledo man accused of shooting someone at a football game has been found guilty. A jury found Dominique McLean guilty of felonious assault. According to Toledo police records, officers responded to the football field at East Broadway Elementary for reports of shots fired back in October. Witnesses told police the suspect pointed a gun in the victim's face. That's when the victim swiped at it. He was then shot in the neck. McLean will be sentenced later this month. Now you're up to the minute. I'm James Starks at 13 Action News.
K100 weather from the Jim White Toyota Weather Center. Cars arriving daily, right car, right price. Right now, here's 13 ABC's Ross Ellett.
It'll be cloudy for this morning with more sunshine coming late this afternoon, while the high right around 54 degrees. For tonight, down to 33 degrees, mostly clear. It definitely will be cooler, but tomorrow warming back up to 60 degrees. It will be a windy day, some sunshine on the way, but a few evening showers are a possibility. Sunday, much colder with a high of 43. And the First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ross Ellett.
Right now, 49 at Toledo's K100. Traffic is brought to you by Towers Armory, home of the one-day CCW class. No accidents, no slowdowns. Reminder, you've got on-ramps to 475 southbound blocked, from westbound US 24 and eastbound. Going to be that way for the next 190 to 150 days, so figure out your alternate route. And if there's any problems, please get a hold of us at 419-240-1000. Do it by phone or text. The line is sponsored by Perrysburg Premier Garage Door.
Or you could call the mayor.
Or you could call the mayor. He's right here. Also, 419-240-1000. Sponsored by Perrysburg Premier Garage Door and a service of your information station, Toledo's K100.
While it's easy to say the driver who hit you was at fault, various factors may have contributed to the crash. Kissling, Nestico, and Reddick has been fighting for the injured for 2 decades, and we can help determine who's responsible. Expect more from your lawyer. Hurt in a car? Call KNR.
The insurance company left you high and dry? WarForYou.com.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies.
To thank you for 40 unforgettable years, Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. Save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors and more. Save now at Dell.com/deals.
Don't you hate it when you don't get what you pay for? Like the used car that looked great on the lot? Well, I got bad news.
Election year is destined to be political and silly and drama laden, and now like everything is all focused on the election, and they all get weird and start trying to fall over themselves, proving that just like back in the day it was always who was more anti-Soviet Union and
right
Dukakis driving his tank, and it just turns into silly imagery where a lot of times facts just kind of
Go by the wayside.
Go by the wayside.
Yeah. So I just want to
I'll be anxious for the election to be over, and we haven't
really
even
begun.
So,
It's going to be a long 2024. It's going to be a very long and very messy 2024.
Someone, obviously not someone of sound mind, said to me, well, you should run for president. This is clearly not someone of sound mind. I said, well, I'd love to, but I'm only 51. I need to, I got to maybe in 40, 45 years.
Yeah, exactly right.
When I'm finally old enough to qualify for the office, since democracy has spit out two hopelessly
geriatric patients of senior home living.
So I know the mayor technically doesn't have a political affiliation, right? But would you want to continue in a capacity of the state or the Senate or the Congress?
I know this sounds corny, but this is really how I look at it. I just want to always look for ways where I can, think I'm making a difference, really. And right now, I think I'm doing that as mayor. And if there's an opportunity to continue doing that as mayor, I'd love to do it. Whenever that time comes to an end, I'll try to find a different way to do it. And it might not be in politics, and it could be, or I could be working at a soup kitchen. I don't know. My dad was a cop. My mom was a teacher. I just came from one of those families where, I don't know, just try to help the little old lady across the street, hold the door open for, folks, and just try to help out, and that's just what I.
But I would say your time as mayor has been very successful. I think you've probably been one of the best mayors that we've had in decades.
I don't think you'd ever see any argument with that.
Yeah, and so
if some places of social media, you see an argument.
There's some arguing.
If someone were to approach you and say, "Hey, we think that you would be a great candidate for either state senate, maybe U.S. Senate, governor," would you consider something like that?
No, absolutely. No, my eyes are open to all possibilities, really. And the one thing I will say, though, is that, politics or elected service is just such a different thing than the business community. To take one example, in the business community, in the corporate world, you can actually stake out a 15-year plan. Okay, I'm going to start out organizing paper clips on my desk. And then I'm going to grow after 3 years, I'll be the vice president of paperclip procurement. And then 4 years after that, I'm going to be vice president of paperclips. And then finally, in year 15, I'll be the CEO of Paperclip Corp. You can actually kind of do that in some ways in a corporate world. And with this work, you really can't, things are more fluid. We've had Marcia Kaptur, our congresswoman, is doing a great job and can be there for as long as she would like. She's been there for 40 years. In other communities, we may have had 7 or 8 congressmen in that length of time. And there are people in this community who could otherwise have served in Congress over the last 40 years who never got the chance because Marcy's there and she's doing a good job and people like her and she should. I would hate to think for their sake that they somehow feel that they failed to make a difference in the community because they never got to sort of, quote, move up the ladder.
Right.
There have been school board members who have changed the world, and there have been U.S. senators who haven't done a dime's worth of difference for anyone. So it really is a question of just making a difference where you are. So it's not just like moving up to the next office.
Is there a term limit for governors?
In Ohio, there is, yes.
There is.
Is there a term limit for mayors?
There is in Toledo currently, but there's a business group that is working to put an issue on the ballot this November that, if it passed, would equalize the amount of time that city council and the mayor can serve. Right now, in what I think is a bit of a quirk, a member of Toledo City Council can serve for 12 years. A mayor can serve for 8 years. So this group of business leaders, primarily downtown business folks, but businesses, I think there's about 30 of them around town, are putting something on the ballot this November that, if it passed, would basically say, okay, if city council can serve for 12 years, the mayor can serve for 12 years.
Sure.
So there are term limits. The question this November will be, trying to make them maybe a little more fair, I think. So if that were to pass, I would have a chance to run for one more term next year. But it's not unlimited. It's like, we do have term limits. The question is, how long are they?
Right. So, and I know we don't get too political on the show, but this is the nice thing about Facebook. We can do a little bit. You kind of touched on it with Marcy Kaptur. What are your opinion on, especially at the Congress and the Senate level, of term limits?
Here's my problem with term limits. I always have been suspicious of term limits, even when they were popular. They were really popular about 40 years ago. It was, kind of the Newt Gingrich contract with America. There was a time, all these, and that's where so many of the communities that have term limits came from that era. I understand their appeal. You have a Strom Thurmond on one side, or I don't know, pick someone you don't like on the other side, Robert Byrd, that are there till they're 100 years old. And it's just, I understand those optics, and I wish there were a way to correct it. However, with term limits, I always say this: you can give a state rep, state senator, mayor, governor, they can get term limits. There's no term limits for the lobbyists. And that's where you run into problems. So in Columbus, in our state, there are term limits. The governor has term limits. The state senators, state reps, they all have term limits. I think part of the reason you see a First Energy scandal, the largest bribery scandal in the history of the state, one of the largest in the history of the country, is because if you really get into that story, it was the First Energy lobbyists who were doing all that. And to some extent, I don't know that it's healthy to have the Speaker of the House be someone who's been there for 2.5 years, who's still trying to figure out where the bathroom is. Right. The lobbyist will sort of pull him and say, oh, sonny boy, here, I'll tell you how we did it back in 82. We did it this way. Oh, okay. I don't know. I think every election year, there are term limits. Those term limits take the form of our vote. We always had the ability to decide what we want. I know. I think there should be a happy medium, but I do think, I'll just say it clearly, I think Toledo has suffered over the years from a lack of continuity. When I was elected mayor in 2017. I was reelected in 21. When I was reelected in 21, I became only the second mayor in 40 years to be reelected. The Toledo, say what you will about Toledo and its pluses and minuses. The one thing we are good at is getting rid of mayors that we don't like. Right? And if, there have been 58 mayors in the history of the city of Toledo, 55 of them have served 6 years or less.
Wow.
And so there's just I'm not talking about, I make my Ides of March joke. I don't know that we need Julius Caesar or King George III, but a little stability and consistency probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And otherwise, we're just constant. I'll tell you this, the cities that I am told we ought to be more like, Columbus, locally, Perrysburg, Sylvania, none of them have term limits. And they're doing just fine.
Yeah.
I think sometimes that is a boogeyman, and it's a stand-in for other concerns. So we'll see. But you know what? Ultimately, this is a decision the voters should make, and I look forward to their ability to make.
Well, as a native Toledoan, I don't think we should be like anybody else. I love this city, and I think you're doing a tremendous job. I love seeing the evolution of it.
I'm trying my best. I do know that.
And thank you, because it sure ain't easy.
Hear, hear. But look, there are good things happening, and there's some fun things. I don't know how much you've talked about the eclipse on the show.
A little bit.
But that is going to be, that's
connecting with the Imagination Station to
right around the corner now, April 8th. That is
moneymaker there too, a little bit.
There are going to be tens of thousands of people descending upon our region for this.
We just talked about Detroit, just had in the Detroit Free Press about how they've got bus service coming from Detroit to Toledo. Yeah.
The way this is so fascinating that in the path of totality, if you're in the path of totality, you will see the sun totally blocked out by the moon. If you are 5 feet outside the path of totality, it won't be blocked at all. It'll get dark. It'll be whatever. So Toledo is in the path of totality. And for 1 minute and 54 seconds, shortly after 2 o'clock on, or maybe it's after 3 o'clock, sometime in the afternoon on April 8th, for a minute 54, the sun will be totally obscured by the moon. 3 miles away in Sylvania, Ohio, which is outside the path of totality, it won't be blocked at all.
That's crazy.
It is a strange mathematical quirk that is happening that it's going to be fun. And it is the folks at the Imagination Station are planning a big party, and their head scientist came and gave us a briefing the other day. He said at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Monday, April 8th, cicadas will start making their, they'll start chirping. The birds are going to, there's a little
mass confusion for the rest of the animals.
They're going to think it's time to go to bed.
Hold that thought. That's pretty cool.
Creepily, bats could start coming out.
Right.
They think it's nighttime, so it'll be fun.
That's Nate Smith on K100, Toledo's country music station. We are Lynn and Marco. Thank you for having us on here today. We're live on Facebook with Mayor Kapszukiewicz. You can check that out. Great conversation going on right now about the eclipse and some other things going on in Toledo, and it's great to get some extra information from the mayor here.
I know, and we were so disappointed about the UT Rockets men's basketball team. It was so devastating, but we do want to wish luck to the ladies. Yes. So, Coach Culp, we didn't get her on the air today, but they've got a big game tonight. And, of course, championship game then tomorrow night. Am I accurate?
If they win today, the championship game will be tomorrow. They won it last year, and then they actually, if you remember, they made it to the NCAA, and they won their first round game in the NCAA tournament. It is both the men's and women's program are enjoying a really historic moment where for the last 4 years, they have both won the MAC regular season championship, both of them for all 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
There is a lot of focus, I understand, about the MAC tournament, the frustration, the men just can't seem to get over the hump, and that's real, and I get it. But to say that the program isn't successful, those programs are every other program in the MAC.
Well,
both men and women would die to change places with us.
Wish Coach Culp and her team good luck. It probably means more coming from you, though.
Good luck, Tricia, Coach Culp, and your team. You make Toledo proud. We're all behind you. We know you're going to win. We support you, win or tie.
You betcha.
I love it. All right. We're going to do Tough Love with Siri here. Your weather looks clearing skies today. Spotty showers early afternoon sun and a high of 54.
It's 49 now at K100. Your weather sponsored by Jim White Toyota. Cars arriving daily. Right car, right price right now. And traffic by Towers Armory. Unlimited range time for just $20. And we are without problem. So in good shape now. But if you spot troubles first, please contact St. Petersburg Premier Garage Door phone and text line 419-240-1000.
You thought grandma was bad?
Hey, Siri, what does your ass want now?
She's nothing compared to this. It's Tough Love with Siri on K100.
You know, get your calls or text them your tough love. It's super easy to do. We run a little bit late here, so we're only going to do one of these. But Pat has he has been great at texting back.
That's what you say.
We had somebody asked yesterday, Siri, why wouldn't they? And I said, that's a good question. So my question for Siri is, Siri, I've texted Patrick a number of different times, a lot about golf, but some other stuff. He never texts back, and I'm wondering why you think he does that.
Well, first off, Pat's response time isn't just slow. It's glacial, like watching paint dry on a snail riding a turtle. Yes. Guy in the 419? More like guy in the for the love of God stop texting me. Newsflash, bombarding someone with messages isn't endearing. It's the digital equivalent of following them around with a megaphone, shouting, love me, notice me. And sure, he says he's always working, but we all know he's probably just avoiding another round of guess who won at golf again. Of course, he might be green with envy. See what I did there? I mean, you've got freedom. And all he's got is responsibilities and your never-ending texts about playing golf. Put down the phone, step away from the messenger, and for the love of all that is digital, stop double, triple, quadruple texting Patrick. It's clear he doesn't want to speak to you, and until then, enjoy the radio silence. It's a feature of your friendship. Remember, in the vast wilderness of text etiquette, sometimes no response is the loudest response.
I know, that's probably hard to hear, Marco.
No response. Lies. It's all lies. I don't know. We went to the text. Not true at all. Boy, I thought we were friends.
Oh, man. Let's look at each other's text history. We'll see who doesn't text back here.
Leave your feelings at the door.
I am only honest because I care. Kidding. I think it's funny.
It's Tough Love with Siri.
Happy birthday, Gracie. It's you've got a wonderful grandmother there. Gwen Hartford's granddaughter is Gracie, and it's her birthday today, and she's watching right now. So happy birthday to you, sweetheart.
Yes, happy.
Speaking of birthdays, I was born in 1982. So my first Super Bowl that I ever experienced was in January of 1983. Who won? Who was that Super Bowl between, and who won?
The Super Bowl that took place in January of 83 or after the 83 season?
In January of 83.
Okay, so that had been Super Bowl 17, and the Dolphins and Redskins played, and the Redskins beat them 27-17.
And they did.
And that was in Pasadena. It was in the Rose Bowl.
And the most pivotal play was John
Riggins on a 4th and 1. It was
and broke a tackle from...
I don't remember who almost tackled.
28. I don't know who it is either, but I can.
Yeah,
I'm a Redskins
left
fan.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Oh, see the little tattoo.
So I was right. In other
You are
words.
definitely right.
Okay.
Oh, man. Okay.
All right, give me another one.
All right.
This is
All
fun.
right. Let's do January 30th of 94. So that was the 93 season.
Yeah.
So January of 94.
Super Bowl 30. And this is the fourth straight year the Bills lost the Super Bowl. This time they lost it to the Cowboys. I want to say 30-13.
That's exactly right.
That's the game where Thurman Thomas started the game. Here's the great running back for the Bills, lost his helmet and missed like half of the first quarter looking for his helmet. That was kind of a metaphor for how the Bills that was my senior year in college. So, I was in college for 4 years. The Bills went to the Super Bowl every one of my 4 years in college.
Yes.
They lost them.
Do you know the second year who they played?
I do. Your favorite team.
Yes.
After your favorite team beat my favorite team in the NFC Championship game.
Oh, you 49ers?
No, Detroit Lions. Which up until a couple months ago was the only NFC Championship game the Lions had ever made before they choked away this one a couple weeks ago. No, the Washington Redskins, that was at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome. That's where that Super Bowl was, in a strange time in world history, where the Metrodome which was this modern place back, and now it has to be demolished. I'm sure now it's old.
It is demolished.
Yeah. But in a 6-month span, the city of Minneapolis hosted, let me see if I can get this right, the U.S. Open of Golf in 1991, the World Series between the Twins and Braves later in 91, the Final Four, the Super Bowl, the Stanley Cup Finals, and maybe one other. And it was just the strangest quirk.
Wow,
like some of those things are pre-scheduled.
Right.
U.S. Open and Final Fours and Super Bowls. Some of them are coincidental accidents, like the Twins making the World Series. But every major sporting event.
So the Stars were in the
Minnesota North Stars played the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Stanley Cup Finals in the summer of 91.
Wow.
And every major sporting event in America took place in Minneapolis over about a 6 or 8 month span. And that was one of your Super Bowl was one of them.
Yes.
And I'm an Ohio State fan, even though I have a degree from Michigan, proving what a politician I am. I can work with it. So when I think of that Washington team, I think of Jim Lachey, the big lineman, number 79, who was on those Redskins teams.
Yeah.
And Mark Rippon was their quarterback.
That offense was probably one of the best offenses. Do you remember a record from that game?
Which of the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I don't. I know it's 37-24. I know is the score.
Timmy Smith, who you've never heard of.
No, I have, but that was Super Bowl 22.
Oh,
yes, I know you're talking about. No.
Yeah.
That was a couple Super Bowls. That's when they beat the Broncos in San Diego.
You're exactly
That's right. No, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that was the Broncos actually led that game 10-0.
They did.
And then Washington won the game 42-10, thanks to the long forgotten Timmy Smith. And those records still do
just
stand.
for anybody who's watching this and going, okay, so he's looking at notes, or he knew what kind of questions she was going to ask. These are totally random, thrown at him questions, and he just has that knowledge.
In fact,
up here.
I want to encourage people. This is called Stump the Mayor.
Okay.
So I want, if you don't believe it, just ask you. Go ahead, and you need to do World Series as well, right?
Oh, yeah,
World
sure.
Series, Super Bowls,
Academy Awards for Best Picture, Heisman Trophy winners.
And
unimportant stuff. Meanwhile, what is my wife's name?
All right, so if you want to try to Stump the Mayor, you got to ask right now. Put it in the comments section.
It's
anything.
Funny because I was so fascinated that you were able to do this. I was looking you up.
Stalking.
And these guys
she was stalking.
Stalking you.
Yeah, stalking.
But no,
that's actually more fun for me because people say all the time, "Hey, who won the 1974 Ohio State Michigan game?" And I say Ohio State won 12-10. But I could have just been making that up. It's more fun for me if you actually have the answers in front of you.
Right.
So you can see.
Yeah. So,
But he was valedictorian of his college class.
Yeah.
But he's so humble. I mean, but he's incredibly smart.
yeah, but it was a Michigan college, right?
No, it was that
No,
was undergrad.
Marquette.
Oh,
I went to Marquette University.
Well, there you go. Marquette's great.
That's
Yeah.
Milwaukee. Yeah.
It is Milwaukee, and they won a nail-biting game in the first round of the Big East tournament.
Do you know who was one of the most famous basketball players at Marquette?
Well, there's a lot of them. In the modern era, you might say Jimmy Butler or Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade.
If you are a little older, you remember Al McGuire was the head coach who won the national championship back in the 70s. Dwayne Wade, though, was a little after my time. I graduated in 94. He took him to the Final Four in 2003. I did enjoy, though, about 10 years after graduation, I was visiting some friends back in Milwaukee on campus, and I go into the bookstore, and I see all these Marquette jerseys that say number 3 on the back. They just said Wade. And I said to myself, I don't know who that is, but I want that guy to be good. To have, all these people running around campus with a jersey that has your name on it.
Right.
And then he turned out to be. And actually, do you know who recruited him to go to Marquette?
I don't.
His lead recruiter, Todd Kowalczyk, the head coach of the University of Toledo. Todd was an assistant coach at Marquette before he took the job at UT, and he was Dwayne Wade's primary recruiter, and they still keep in touch. I think Dwayne Wade, has some interaction with the UT men's team as a favorite to his old coach. So yeah, there's.
Well, Irina Martin wants to know. She's a big fan of the Broncos.
We got to.
She wants to know,
guys.
how many.
Hang on 1 second. Hold that thought.
How many Super Bowls do they win?
K100, Toledo's country music station. It's Lynn and Marco, and of course, you want to win some money. We want to give you some money, so that makes it really easy for us to do this.
Ready to win some money? Let's spin the K100 birthday wheel with Genoa Bank.
In that birthday wheel jackpot today, a $440 jackpot. Kathy, the owner of Pat and Dandy's, her manager Sarah are here in studio. They brought us corned beef and cabbage. We're going to get to that in a few minutes. But since she is over there by that big old birthday wheel, we're going to make her our guest spinner today. So what I need you to do, Kathy, reach into that small wheel, give it a pretty big spin.
The other small wheel.
Give it a pretty big spin, because it needs to get all the way around and come up with a month for
let's
us.
see that. She was so much better than you, Pat.
Oh, all right, what's that month?
I don't know if I can. December?
December.
Well, barely December, too. All right. If you were born in December, I love it. Let's get it going here. 419-240-1000. Is it your birthday?
My birthday month, December.
Yeah, all right. If you were born in December like Patrick, you can't win because you're here at the station now. So sorry about that. We'll make you a winner. $440 from Genoa Bank at K100. Call us now.
K100, your caller 1, try back. K100, caller 2, dial again. K100, your caller 3, try back. K100, caller 4, try again. K100, caller 5, try back. K100, your caller 6, try again. Good morning, K100, your caller 7, try again, please. Hi, K100, I'm so sorry, your caller 8, we are going to 10.
22.
Hi, K100, your caller number 9, I'm so sorry, we are going to 10. Hello, K100.
They hold that thought. They're 3. They won 3.
You are!
Caller
Congratulations, caller 10!
Nice. What's your name?
Ooh,
Shannon.
good Irish name.
Oh, Shannon there, huh?
Shannon.
Okay, all right.
I'm sensing this is going to be very lucky for you.
Yeah. What is your birthday, Shannon?
The 30th.
All right, we need a 30 on the big wheel. You got to spin it nice and good here.
Big wheel, big spin.
All right.
There we go.
Looking for a 30. Nice one.
Come on.
Keep going.
Oh,
a day that will live in infamy.
Yes, December 6th.
Oh, 7th. I thought it was the 7th.
Oh, so sorry about that, Shannon.
Thank you.
You're
can always
so
try back.
welcome. Have a wonderful weekend, and thank you so much for listening and calling.
You too.
All right.
Come Monday morning, that jackpot is going to be worth $450 from Genoa Bank and K100.
All right. Before we go on to more, are you hungry?
Not necessarily.
Could you eat some corned beef this morning?
Sure.
So Pat and Dandy's. How great is Pat and Dandy's? You guys have some great food over there. You have some tremendous food. And what did you bring in today?
Just some corned beef.
There's no such thing as just some corned beef.
Just some corned beef.
Let me ask you a question. How do you, and you can actually step up to Lynn's microphone here, because I'm curious, how do you prepare your corned beef?
Well, we have the pleasure of being right next door to Kilgus Meats.
Ooh.
I know Kilgus Meats.
Yes.
So it's fresh.
Yes, yes.
And so so how do you guys prepare it then? So it's fresh meat. How do you prepare it?
So he uses his special brine.
Okay.
Injects it, gets it all ready for us. We cook it up in the slow cooker for 6 hours
There
to
we
8
go.
hours, and
That's what I was wondering. I was wondering if you're a boiler or you're a slow cooker.
Slow cooker.
Low and slow.
Low and
What
slow.
do you know the heat setting they set it on?
325.
325. Nice. For about 6 hours, you said?
Yep.
That's great. Nice. It comes out nice and stringy and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's tremendous. Great. So when are you guys offering your Jigs dinner?
Saturday and Sunday, we open at 11.
Oh, what? Saturday and Sunday at
2
11 o'clock.
days. So you're all about this.
And obviously, you're being a bar as well. Pat and Danny's, you guys are quite famous in the area. You're obviously having some good beer. Any beer specials this weekend?
No, but we do have a lot of good drinks.
Yeah, got good. Any specialty cocktails or anything? Or are you just serving up some good
we
beer?
have Shamrock Russian.
A Shamrock Russian. Is that like a white Russian, but you put a little green food color in it, and make it green?
Little minty.
Oh, a little okay, a little creme de mint, make it green. All right, that sounds really good.
Irish martini.
Okay, what's all in an Irish martini?
That sounds like vodka and Bailey's to me.
It's vodka. I do believe it's Bailey's and some creme de menthe.
Wonderful.
It's really good.
And obviously you have Guinness.
Yes.
Do you have Guinness on tap or do you have Guinness in?
Not on tap.
You don't have Guinness on tap. You have Guinness in bottle or can.
Cans.
All right. So stop on in. Pat and Danny's. They brought us in some food. How does it look over there, Lynn?
Oh my!
It looks amazing.
Margot, did you eat some?
I just died.
I'm gonna.
And I mean in a good way.
Why don't you? The Mayor Kapszukiewicz is gonna eat
That is
the
so
corned
good.
beef on my behalf.
I've been known to eat
because I'm fasting right now, so I don't.
Oh man, you got to get a whiff of this.
I'm sure it. I'm sure. Yeah, it's.
You sure?
Yeah. Oh, it looks so good too. It looks amazing. There you are. All right. Look at that. It cuts like butter. It's just it's like butter. It just slices right down. Very, very good. Let's see. Yes.
Absolutely.
You got the approval from the mayor.
All right.
That's
Can't
terrific.
get better than that.
Yeah.
That is unbelievably delicious. It's perfect. It really is perfect.
So
it tastes. There's classy. Here I'm talking with my mouth.
No, you're good.
Oh, I can hear my wife complaining about me right now in the background. But that is that tastes exactly how it's supposed to taste.
Give us a minute.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So. Oh man, that's
as a noted Irishman myself, we shortened.
It's Kapszukiewicz, right?
Yeah, we shortened our name of the boat and the way over. It was Kapszukiewicz.
Kapszukiewicz.
And we wanted to Americanize it.
Or Mick Kapszukiewicz.
Yeah, so.
That's wonderful. Well, everybody's Irish this weekend.
That's right.
So, yeah, anything else you guys want to say about the food you have to offer besides this delicious corned beef and cabbage? What else do you have to offer? What else can people come in and eat this weekend?
We're gonna have shepherd's pie.
Oh, we love. We were just talking.
We're just talking about how much we love shepherd's pie.
Yes, that goes over so well. People love it.
Yeah. Bangers and mash. Anything? Chance you got bangers and mash there?
No.
No bangers and mash. How about
British? Isn't it? Is that more British than Irish?
Yeah, they stole it from us, as they did most
everything
things.
else.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's good stuff. So stop on there, Pat and Danny's. You guys open at 11 o'clock Friday. Do you normally open at 11 o'clock?
No, we normally open at noon.
At noon. Okay, so you're opening an hour early. So people would come in and enjoy some of this delicious food, great beer. And for anybody that doesn't know, I know it smells fantastic. You love doing that to me. It smells amazing. I have no doubt that it's delicious. I have no doubt that it's phenomenal. So and for people who don't know where Pat and Danny's is located, where can they find you?
Secor and Lasky.
Secor and Lasky. There we go. That was right over by the old Toledo weed, wasn't it? Wasn't that the Christmas weed?
Oh, yeah, not too far from that. Yes, you're right.
That was Secor and Alexis.
Secor and Alexis, just a one mile,
this
1 mile
is,
south.
There's a Taco Bell at that intersection.
Yeah.
See, I orient
used to be a 7-Eleven in there too.
That's right. There's a Speedway. Fairgreen Church is right there.
Yeah.
In the corner. It's not too far from Harvest.
Okay.
Lasky and Harvest. So
well, there we go. That's That's phenomenal. Well, thank you. Thank you for bringing in that
You're
food.
welcome.
That is
so good.
Thanks for having us.
tremendous food. We love it. Are you by chance a Steelers fan? That somebody wants to know.
The Steelers?
Yeah. No.
I'm a Detroit Lions fan.
Okay.
I'm guilty as charged. But why? Is there a question?
Somebody was just asking if you were a Steelers fan. How about who won Best Picture in 1983?
Ooh, is that Terms of Endearment?
Your guess is as
I
good as
believe
mine.
it's Terms. I'm going to go.
Not guessing though.
Terms of Endearment. That's a funny movie, isn't it? Is that Jeff Daniels is in that, right? It's a comedy.
Jeff Daniels.
Terms of
You're thinking of
Endearment
Dumb and
is
Dumber.
one of the all-time tearjerkers.
Yeah. Jeff Daniels is in that.
No,
Jeff
I think
Daniels is absolutely in that movie.
You want to bet?
Yes. I'll bet you the first round of golf.
Isn't it Meryl Streep, John Lithgow?
1983. Best Picture.
And who is in it?
It was Best Picture, right?
It was.
Right? I think
What's it about?
Well,
Oh,
I'm getting. Let me.
It's so sad.
Shirley MacLaine.
Shirley MacLaine.
Uh-huh.
Deborah Winger.
Yeah.
Deborah Winger wasn't Meryl Streep.
Jack Nicholson.
Okay.
Danny DeVito.
All right.
John Lithgow.
Jeff Daniels is not in it.
Jeff Daniels.
Which is the really sad one? The Jeff
He's in.
No.
Yes.
What's the really sad one?
Dumb and Dumber 2 was sad.
He is in it.
He is in it. He is in it. Jeff Daniels is
Do you know his
absolutely
name
in it. No.
Flat Horton.
But I knew he was in it. He's the guy whose girlfriend or whatever is dying. He was the love interest whose girlfriend.
Okay. So
Nice
you
job.
knew that someone's love interest dies in the movie, and you described it as a comedy.
Well, it's Jeff Daniels. I just
All right.
said, no, I know.
Bottom line, I got it right. I
You
think.
did get it right.
You did.
And so did I. And that means Marco owes me the first round of golf.
I didn't say I was doing
You
that.
all heard it. You all heard it right here. There we go.
This guy's got a photographic memory. He knows I didn't.
Oh my
Do you
gosh.
golf, Mayor?
So
Yeah, I just don't have the time like I used to. I mean, I used to be pretty fair at golf when I was younger and, kind of in my 20s, and I got out a lot. I was pretty above average. Now, I don't think I have golfed a round of golf outside of like a scramble in 15 years.
Yeah.
But I used to love it. I used to be pretty good at it. But I just
will you golf with Marco and I at some point if we get you out on the course?
Absolutely. Is this your way of saying you want to push me out of office because that's what I'll
Well, if you actually become president, you'll be golfing every other day.
All the time.
Well,
right?
but don't forget, by modern standards, I'll be 98 years old.
That's true.
So it'll be harder.
That's very true.
I love when the time is right, we'll get out and golf.
That sounds great. All right, we'll hold you to that.
And we'll talk about that great comedy, Terms of Endearment.
Yes. So, well, thank you.
That rib tickler. that rib tickling.
That was our real knee slapper.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. All right, well, thank you. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
Thanks
we appreciate
it. I know you got a busy schedule.
Thank you for the corned beef. That's the most important thing here. So,
and we got some great music that are coming up in the weekend ahead. So let's take a look at the Music Know with Andy Joe.
Hope y'all were able to make it out to the great shows that we had last weekend. I know we all showed up and showed out for Pasta for a Purpose. Thank you to everyone who showed up to support a great cause, and a special thank you to Sapa's Bistro for hosting an amazing event. We all know cancer sucks. Toledo, we got lucky this year. We got the whole weekend to celebrate St. Patty's Day. Starting off today, catch Ben Bialis kicking off St. Patty's Day weekend at Chevy's, or head over to Bar 145 and catch a band that's been rocking Toledo and St. Patty's Day for years, the Delaney's. And yours truly will be headed home to do a Holland show at Jed's on Bancroft. This one is for the entire family. Jed's will have the jigs, and I'll have the jams. On Saturday, if you didn't catch the Delaney's at Bar 145, you can catch Hard Candy, or if you're feeling lucky, head over to Hollywood Casino so you can catch JP and the Energy. And for all my East Toledo, Oregon people, your girl is going to be performing at Harborview Yacht Club starting at 6. This event is open to the public. And St. Patty's Day, Sunday Lucky Day, I'll be kicking off the day at Kickstand from noon to 3. Come jam and get your jigs. And for anybody that's looking to go downtown, Cock and Bull has got you covered with Danny Boy Metler from 1 to 5 and St. Phoenix from 5:30 to 9:30. Toledo, with a lineup like this, you'll be sure to have a great St. Patty's Day weekend. Hope to see y'all out. And be on the lookout for All Your Music Now Fridays on K100 and Guy in the 419 with yours truly, Andy Joe Taylor.
Right. You may have not had it done right.
No. This is the best.
I cannot figure out when my screen is frozen.
Marco, why don't you point your camera up there? And there we go. Anything else, ladies, you want to say about the weekend? About what you guys have planned? Any live music or anything like that?
No live music. We have to keep the whole seating floor open for all the guests.
You're anticipating a big crowd in there this weekend.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Today we're gonna have all you can eat shrimp and perch.
What? Oh.
Yeah, and perch tomorrow or Saturday.
And if you don't know, Pat and Danny's is one of Johnny D's favorite place to hang out.
Is that right? There you go.
Yeah.
Is he going to be out there this weekend?
Probably.
All right.
Yeah, I think he always is.
Yeah.
Is that right? That's wonderful. Oh, you can eat shrimp and how do you prepare your shrimp?
We either fry it or we do it in scampi sauce that we make there.
Oh, that's
the only two ways that are pretty much acceptable.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure. I wasn't
ways.
sure if you served it cold, like with like cocktail sauce or something like that.
You have text us next, Lenny.
I was going to do Two Brothers Osborne. I can't get to anything. My screen is all frozen.
K100 Toledo's country music station. Lynn and Marco. It's a feel good. Lynn and Marco. It's a feel good Friday. It's a Friday Facebook Live. We're here with Pat McCarty. Pat, thanks for joining us here. Of course, we had the mayor here.
That was fun, man. He's always fun to talk to, especially when you start getting into sports statistics and everything.
Yeah.
He's a well knowledge.
Yeah, and we have to say thank you to everybody at Pat and Danny's. They brought by some of the best corned beef that I've ever had in my entire. I think it died, and I got back up and died one more time. It was so good.
Yeah, serving it up all weekend out there at Pat and Danny's, except tonight, even a more special treat. Kathy, what you got going on there?
Oh my gosh, we have all you can eat shrimp, either fried or sauteed, and we have all you can eat perch.
My goodness.
There you go.
That's
so if you're
amazing.
keeping with your Fish Fridays, there you go. You got an option.
Too bad Pat's fasting.
Oh, but I can break my fast. You know what? I love breaking the fast with shrimp.
Who doesn't?
Absolutely. That's like one of my favorites.
All
so
right.
I might have to stop in today.
Yeah,
you should. Well, thank you so much for coming by. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we do.
Have a great weekend.
All right, we're going to do a text what's next here presented by Super Fitness. It's super easy, 419-240-1000. You want to text us and let us know which songs we're picking from today, Len.
All right, Brothers Osborne. I'm in the mood for Brothers Osborne.
All right.
You're always in the mood for Brothers Osborne.
Who is it?
I know. Yeah, who is it? Do you have another chat? Yeah.
No,
We'll pit a Brothers Osborne song against a song of your choice.
Oh, no, you can't put me on the spot like that. Go ahead. You go do with what you're doing.
No. You pick a Garth song.
You want me to pick a Garth song?
Because Brothers Osborne is one of my faves, so that's kind of not fair. So we'll pick one of my favorite artists, Brothers Osborne, all night.
All right, versus Thunder Rolls by Garth Brooks.
All right, do you want Thunder Rolls, Garth Brooks, or Brothers Osborne?
All night.
All night.
All right.
All right, here we go. 419-240-1000. You text us right now. We'll play the winner. Coming up next.
So not fair.
Oh.
What?
All right. So what do you
rolls? That is so not fair.
So what do you want to hear? Thunder rolls. So what? Thunder or what was it?
He doesn't know the name of the song.
60 billion cuts of that. Yeah.
So go ahead and let's have it on the text line here and make sure that you get out to Pat and Danny's. Ladies, thank you so much for coming in today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So go ahead and put in.
Share that too.
Go ahead and put in there.
I don't know.
Let's see. Thunder. Thundercats. Let's let them roll in here. Let the thunder roll in here, guys. Here we go. Oh, you're all making me so happy right now. Oh man, this is great. Yeah, keep those coming in. What do you want to hear, Brother Osborne? I guess Brothers. I mean, they're great. They're fantastic. But what do you want to hear? Do you want to hear Lynn's choice of Brothers Osborne, or do you want to hear Garth Brooks' Thunder Rolls? Put it in right now. What do you want to hear? You put me on the spot. That's what you get for putting me on the spot.
I know. Not going to get to hear my Brothers Osborne is what I'm guessing, but we'll take a look here.
Yeah. Now you have been completely kicked off the stage here.
I had to.
Oh, you had to shut down?
Everything froze on my
You're gonna shut down then.
Yeah.
So keep those comments coming in. What do you want to hear, Brothers Osborne or Thunder Rolls? We want to thank KaZooby for being our sponsor. I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a fundraiser, KaZooby is the way to go because it's the easiest fundraiser you're ever going to do. People have used it before and just said, this is, I mean, There's no hassle. You don't have any of the product that you have to distribute out to people. There's no exchange of money in between hands. Everything is digital. You're able to easily just click one link and be able to look at all sales that have been, not only all the sales, but everybody who has sold. So if you've got a school or organization that is looking to raise some money, check out KaZooby. Give them a call. Contact them today. And actually, we are using KaZooby, Guy in the 419 and Cumulus Broadcasting. We did extend it. So things have been really busy here at the at Cumulus at the station. So we actually pushed it back to June. So it's going to be June is going to be the fundraiser. Starting June 1st through the 30th, that's where we're going to raise money. If we hit our goal, I'm going to be shaving my head.
I love this.
I'll be shaving my head.
Now,
and
we did discuss the first day.
And the one buzz down the middle.
I knew it.
Buzz down the middle.
Lenny, you heard him.
I
heard him.
Yeah. I'll allow it.
And the one you're not addressing it. You're just going to regular meetings.
Yep.
You don't even I don't even
know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna follow you with a camera.
We'll go to downtown or something like that and just walk around. All right. So boy, I think what you getting over there? What are your results over there, Lynn?
I just had to get logged in, so I've just been able to get to it.
All right.
How about you?
It's all not a single one for Brothers.
Are you kidding?
Wow.
Not a single one. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Usually I have to count on both hands.
Well,
7 for Thunder Rolls.
We actually have.
You put me in a corner, Lynn. You made me think on my feet, and
I got a sorry, Lynn, Mary Lou, Garth, Thunder Rolls.
Well, I do have all night. I have 4 all nights in a row. And then it kind of gets crazy.
Yeah.
And then it kind of all goes towards Thunder Rolls.
Garth, all night. Thunder Rolls.
Yeah, my boys didn't stand a chance.
Kevin Webb, though, he says, Brothers, darn it. he's got your back.
We had a lot of texts.
Yeah, a ton of texts.
And I tell you, they kind of held their own, but then they sort of got their ass kicked.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm kind of glad that the group that I had that was scheduled to come in that weren't able to make it in because they partied too hard last night. I'm glad that they weren't able to come in because that would have been. I wanted to, the mayor comes in. I want to keep him.
We have band waiting in our office.
Oh, in the office, they're back there. All right,
I got us some coffee in there in our office.
Do you want to reconnect to that link so that I can get you back on the stage here?
I don't not want to.
Not you.
Oh.
And then I'm going to see if I can bring another chair down here for them, or a stool. That would actually be the best if he's got his guitar. A stool would actually be best. So I'm gonna walk down there. In the meantime, what we've got going on? I was able. Oh my gosh, I ate so much good food yesterday. But we're about to go back on the air, aren't we?
All right, we're in the middle. of text. What's next?
More of Toledo's best country on K100 coming up soon. Brought to you by Sugar Shannara, Accident Attorneys. We go to war for you at warforyou.com. That's warforyou.com.
That was my mistake anyway. It wasn't yours. All right, so now we're doing text. What's next? You made the mistake of asking Pat.
I did because I was really in the mood.
Normally we don't pick a song that has sold 68 million copies in 12
years. But today we did Brothers Osborne all night against
Garth Brooks and Thunder Rolls.
Now I will say this: the first 10 votes I got on the text line were all Brothers Osborne.
But then they started saying, like, Mary Lou, sorry,
There were over 70 votes.
Definitely takes the win.
Nice job. You want to introduce this now?
Now? Yeah. So here it is. Thunder Rolls by Garth Brooks. My favorite song.
K100.
All right. Well, oh man. So we've been talking about the food I can and cannot have and stuff like that. I definitely broke my fast yesterday.
This is so good.
Down at the ballpark. Check out the food that I was able to eat there. And there's a lot more content from that coming up. Here it is.
We've seen some of the great new facilities that Fifth Third has to offer. And now it's time to try some of the new food that you'll be able to experience here at Fifth Third Field. Barbecue chicken nachos. Pizza pretzel dog. popcorn chicken basket. You see that eye twitch? Oh my God. That's the sauce. That's sauce. These fries. The brisket boy. Come on. Glass City cheesesteak dog. Heated hen donut sandwich. You better bring your napkins for this one. And for dessert, Far Out fries, named after Jamie Farr. I think that's apple butter you're dipping it in. Oh, that's so good. I am severely stuffed right now. So come out to the game. Come hungry. Go Hens.
All right.
And we're back.
And we're back. Here we go. Took a little longer than that 2-minute video we had there.
I love this.
All right. This is really crowded. You guys think you have so much room. Illusions.
A lot bigger on TV.
All right. So we got that microphone there. So you go ahead and use that mic. And let's see. Let's pull you up to the stage here. And there we go. Oh, wow. Oh, good. There we go. You can scoot your chair over a little bit. If you need to scoot your chair over a little bit.
All right.
Am I in? Yeah, you're both in. Don't worry about it. You're both. You can. We got the wide.
Plenty of room.
You got plenty of room there.
Sure.
So. How do you feel? It's pretty low there. Do you want to try that? Do you want to try the big one there?
Would you rather come over this way?
Do you want to? Well,
Yeah, I mean, why don't you put him over here, Pat?
put them over there.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna go? You gotta operate. You gotta operate things on here. That's here. Let's just try this. Let's put you on the stool. A high seat. High seat. Oh, high seat. We'll get you.
Stand here?
Yeah, you stay right there.
Yeah, actually, but at least for your elbows up at a higher height. Here.
Like, there you go. Go here. How about there we go.
Yeah, that's better.
I'm breaking. Yep. All right. Now you both are on live right now, just like you were last week, so you don't have to. But it'll have better sound in here than you did last week. Okay. I don't know if the two of you went back and looked at the video at all, but their sound was not great.
It wasn't.
No.
Oh no.
No, it wasn't great. It was that guest mic. It wasn't. Scooch over a little bit. Now you're really high.
Why does your dad 6'10" over there? What is going on?
Oh, goodness. All right. I hate all
A giant among men.
Do you want a regular chair?
All right, wait a minute. That may not work.
Police squad.
This is no lower, really.
This is fine. All right, we can adjust the camera. Oh no, see you right. Look at this. My goodness.
Do you want a
right.
chair that's like your size?
Woo. All right. Okay, there we go. Whoops. Let's get you situated here.
There you go. All right.
All right, there.
Cool. Yep. And this is the microphone that you're going to talk into.
All right. Okay.
When you talk. All right. All right. Are you talking? You're apparently not talking because you just have to talk loud. So. Okay. You're going to have to talk loud. When you talk, you're going to have to talk loud. Or you can just pull the mic down to you. All right. There we go. All right. Well, we got all that situated. We should have had I should have had a longer video lined up to.
It's all about being behind the scenes.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You know, we're a live show, Pat. So we're just live.
Yeah, right.
So they watch it live.
Behind the scenes stuff.
Yep. We have nothing to hide.
So, welcome back, and actually welcome to the studio for the first time with us here. We were in the traveling studio last week. And for those of you who don't know, this is Mike and Ellen McCarty of Extra Stout.
I'm Mike.
And this is Ellen. There we go. And I call them mom and dad, actually. So that's the relation here. In case you thought he looked
a little.
You know, I had somebody say to me the other day. He goes, "Yeah, it was like your parents were great." He was there last week at the studio, and at Gutter Helmet. He said, "Yeah," he said, "I saw your dad. I see where you get the inspiration for your hair." No, that is not true. I grew mine out first, and then he started growing his.
Is that true?
He started because he was working when I started growing. He was still working when I started growing mine out. Then that is absolutely true.
It could be.
You are even the one that would told me, like, you got to get a haircut. Your hair's getting too long.
I would never say that.
I see your dad's facial hair is a lot better than yours.
Much better. No doubt about that. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. He definitely has the facial hair gene.
That's got to come off, though.
That I don't have. But no, I'm the one that told him, okay, if you're going to grow your hair out, you got to stop going to these cheap $10 haircut places, and you got to go somewhere where people actually know what they're doing, like really know what they're doing, and you got to use product in your hair. If you're going to grow your hair out, you got to put product in your hair. So, yeah,
you guys share product?
No, we don't live in the same house.
Does peanut butter count as product?
No, I don't think so.
Girls love it. They follow me around.
So Rebecca says, I think you get your good looks from your mom. She is beautiful.
Of course.
It's so cool to see your parents in there. So now you guys obviously two members of the band Extra Stout. You guys have been playing for 24 years.
25th year that you guys have
been playing.
Yep. Where are you playing this? We got a busy schedule starting right after. This is your first thing of the whole weekend.
Well, actually, it started last Saturday. Played at the Toledo Irish American. Well, we were here to promote, plug that.
Yep.
That was fine. That was great. And let me do a real quick shout out to Ironwood, a duo that played after us, which I thought, man, we're a band, and then they put a duo on. But this guy and girl, they held their own.
Is that right? Good. All right, good.
And then we played yesterday. We were at a mock wake for Seamus McWinter.
Okay.
Love it. Love it.
And they have, and so that was at Manhattan's. And then today we're going to the Thomas Wernick Center. We're going to be there for about an hour, 11 to 12. Oh, boy, do I look fat on camera? That adds 10 pounds.
It adds 10.
It does, yeah.
Good thing.
Yeah. And you've got two cameras on you, so.
So that's 20 pounds.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. Tonight, well, this is blousy, too. Tonight we are at
we got a private party tonight.
Oh, nice.
Country club. Yeah, very nice.
Private party.
That's not the whole band, but we'll be there. And then tomorrow we have, again, another yacht club that we'll be playing at.
Well, you guys play some highfalutin places.
You would think. You would think. And then Sunday on St. Patrick's Day itself, we'll be at the Blarney from noon to 3. And then again, we'll be playing 5 to 8 at Lummi Bay Brewing Company.
Nice.
Both places in the event center. So don't go into the main place, go into the event center. That's where we'll be.
Yeah.
Just go wherever the good music is coming from.
That's
Go there.
Right.
That's right.
So yeah, so definitely if anybody's able to join me out I'll be at Lummi Bay.
Okay.
I'll be there probably around 6. So we'll come out and see you guys. So you have a couple songs here, obviously being Toledo's premier Irish band. You have a couple songs. How long do we have before we go to back on the radio?
We got a lot.
We got some time.
Yep.
All right. So
I was going to request. Can I request?
You can request it. Yeah, absolutely.
Because I was going to request this. I think you remember. Hey, we play a song, and then because I thought the Irish and the Scots. I know there's like some things there, and I didn't want to offend you, but one of my favorite songs is the Scotsman.
The Scotsman.
The kilt song.
The kilt song. And I was wondering, I didn't want if you guys could do that. That's a good one. Liz never heard it.
No. Oh, okay. It's actually was on our first CD, one of the first songs. I heard this. It's been a long time. But yeah. I heard it as a poem.
I've only heard it as a joke.
As a joke.
Yes.
Yeah. We can do that one. Ready?
Yeah, pull it down a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
It was like. A Scotsman clad in kilt left the bar one evening fair, and you could tell by the way he walked he drunk more than his share. He wandered off until he could no longer keep his feet and stumbled off into the grass to sleep beside the street. Ring-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. He stumbled off into the grass to sleep beside the street. Now later on, two young and lovely girls did happen by, and one says to the other with a twinkle in her eye, "Oh, see how sleeping Scotsmen, so strong and handsome built. I wonder if it's true what they don't wear beneath their kilt. Ring-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-o, ring-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-o. I wonder if it's true what they don't wear beneath their kilt." So they crept up to that sleeping Scot as quiet as they could be. Then they lifted up his kilt high enough so they could see. And there before their virgin eyes, beneath that Scottish skirt, was nothing more than God had graced him with upon his birth. Was nothing more than God had graced him with upon his birth. Well, they argued for a moment, then one said, "We best be gone, but let's leave a present for our friend before we travel on." So they took a blue silk ribbon tied in a bow around the bonny star the Scots kilt did lift and show. Around the bonny star the Scots kilt did lift and show. Now the Scotsman woke to nature's call, and he stumbles to a tree. He lifted up his kilt and he looks at what he sees. He ponders for a moment and says to what's before his eyes, "Oh lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see you won first prize." Oh lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see you won first prize.
Nice.
Oh, that's so fun.
That is good.
Is that one of the songs you guys have that on your set list for this weekend?
Probably do that this weekend.
All right.
If you don't, you probably get requests. You'll need to. Yeah.
There was, I don't know how much time you have, but there is another story about a kilt maker. I don't know if I have time to go into that.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Well, Seamus, or Sean is the name of the Scotsman. He was a kilt maker. And one day he goes down to the mercantile to buy some fabric. And he says, "Sean, I'm glad you're here. We just got this in. Look at this fabric." And it was so bold and bright and beautiful. And he said, "Oh," he says, "this is wonderful." He says, "I'm going to take the whole bolt and I'm going to make the perfect kilt fit." And so he goes home and he's working on the kilt, and he's day and night. He doesn't sleep or anything. And he's looking in the mirror, he's matching up the lines and the fray and all the stuff. And, it's 3 days later, he's standing in front of the mirror. He says, "It's looking fine. It's looking fine. It's the finest kilt." He says, "I'm going to go show me bonny lass. She'll be so impressed." So he goes out there. He's going to her house, and he's thinking about, he can't wait for her to see it. And he takes a shortcut, and the more he's thinking about it and her reaction, the more excited he's getting. So he's running, and he jumps over a hedge, and a bush, grabs the kilt and pulls it right up. He is so excited and so sleep exhausted that he doesn't even realize it's gone. He just keeps going, and he's, over to our house, and he gets there and he knocks on the door, and then he stands back real proud of you. And she comes to the door and she goes, "Sean," he says, "how do you like it, lass?" She says, "I like it right fine, Sean. I like it right fine." He says, "I knew you would. I got 3 more yards back in the shop. I'll wrap it on your neck for a scarf."
Oh man! All right, you got another song there?
We do. This is it's sort of a.
Get enough room on the mandolin over there? It's a tight squeeze. Can you move the chair over a little bit more?
How's this?
Your chair?
How do I look?
You look great.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
This is a song. It's about punch. Irish whiskey. You make some Irish whiskey. You put some water and lemon and bitters in it. You boil it up, and then it's a good drink. This is a story, kind of like a good night of drinking. It starts out really fine and then ends, passed out.
As it did with our friends that were supposed to be here earlier.
Yeah.
All right.
Living that.
One gentle evening in the month of June, as I was sitting with my glasses, A small bird sat on an ivy bunch, and the song he sang was the jug of punch. Tooraloo-raloo, 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 tooraloo-raloo. A small bird sat on an ivy bunch, and the song he sang was the jug of punch. What more devotion can man desire than to set him down by a stout turf fire? Up on his knee a pretty wench, and on the table a jug of punch. Tooraloo-raloo, 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 tooraloo-raloo. Up on his knee a pretty wench, and on the table a jug of punch. Let doctors tumble with all their hearts, they'll have no impressions on my heart. Even the cripple forgets his hunch when he's snug upside of a jug of punch. Tooraloo-raloo, 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 tooraloo-raloo. Even the cripple forgets his hunch when he's snug upside of a jug of punch. And if I get drunk, well, the money's me own, and them's don't like me, they can leave me alone. I'll tune me fiddle and I'll rust me hoe, and I'll be welcome wherever I go. Tooraloo-raloo, 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 tooraloo-raloo. I'll tune me fiddle and I'll rust me hoe, and I'll be welcome wherever I go. And when I'm dead and in my grave, no costly tombstone will I crave. Just lay down in my native feet with a jug of punch at my head and feet. And tooraloo-raloo, 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 tooraloo-raloo. Just lay me down in my native feet with a jug of punch at my head and feet.
Right.
So good.
I have a request.
You have a request?
Yes.
Okay.
Fields of Athenry.
Fields of Athenry.
What do you think? What do you think?
It looks like an unexpected request.
We could try. Give it a try, Matt.
Do you want to try it out? You want to stand it? Would it feel better to stand to do it? Okay. Okay.
There's
Yeah, there we
no
go.
bump your head on that TV. It's been done by people our height.
And take the mic over on this side, kind of, and then you can turn it towards you. So like swing it that way, and then turn that way, like that. There you go. That way we can see as you're singing it.
So how did you want us to do this? We changed it a little bit. We kind of spiced it up a little.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Well, whatever. I mean, I don't know. I kind of like the slow version, but it's up to you. It's up to you.
I think we toyed around.
We'll do it half-assed.
Half-assed. We'll do it half-assed. That's how we do everything.
All right.
There we go. I put you on the spot.
All right, here we go.
By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl calling. Michael, they are taking you away. Voice of Tobias corn, so the young might see the morn. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free bird fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams of songs to sing. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. By the lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Neath the pavilion and the crown, I rebelled, they ran me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. Oh, the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small river fly. Our love was on the wing. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. By a lonely prison wall, she watched the last star falling. And that prison ship sailed out against the sky. Should she wait and hope and pray for her love in Botany Bay? It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. Oh, the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small river fly. Our love was on the wind. We had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry.
Yeah,
Nice. You like the spiced up version?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we when we sang it slower, we didn't sing the last chorus. We cut it off because it's a long song. Seems like
That's a pretty one.
so we sped it up, and we thought, well, we could throw in the last chorus then.
Yeah.
So right there, you just saw us debating on whether we were going to do that. No, I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, no, it was good. Very, very good. Wow.
Yeah, you've been spoiled your whole life. I mean, having this beautiful music surround you all your growing up years.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you for sharing. Thank you for bringing them in and being a part of things. It's really lovely.
Yeah, we love it.
So, did you have any more? One more that you wanted to do before? Because I know you guys got to get down to. You got to get down
Do
to.
you have an actual favorite? You always have people shouting, ones that they want.
Freebird!
Yeah. Is there one that you particularly that's close to your heart or that you really love to perform?
I like Tell Me Ma, but
Oh, you like that one?
Yep.
We can do that one.
Nice.
All right. This is
it's a peppier song.
All right.
about love, and it always reminds me of kids when they start to come into puberty and they start hanging around like cats,
Kids in puberty, they start hanging around.
You drive up and there's 16 boys in front of one girl's house.
I see what you're saying. Okay, I see what you're saying. All right.
Anyway, a couple of your cousins think it's about mine.
Yeah.
So it's.
Boys won't leave the girls alone. Till my hair so my cool, that's alright. She's handsome, she's pretty, she's well, that's pretty. She's gorgeous, 1, 2, 3. Please don't tell me who is she.
Out over the moon, he says he loves her, and all the boys are fighting for her. Knocking on the door, ringing on her bell, saying, oh, my true love, are you well? Out she comes, as white as snow, it rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. Old Johnny Murphy says she'll die, she doesn't give a fellow with the robe and I. Tell me, Mama, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Oh, my hair, so my comb, but that's all right till I get home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's Georgian, 1, 2, 3. Please won't you tell me who is she? Let the wind and the rain and the hail come high as snow come tumbling from the sky. She's as nice as apple pie. She'll get her own lad by and by. When she gets a lad of her own, she'll cut them all when she goes home. Let them all come as they will. If Pat the car, he feels still. Tell me why when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. Oh, my hair and stole my comb, but that's all right till I get home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the Belfast City. She's Georgian, 1, 2, 3. Please don't tell me who is she. Well, she is handsome, she is pretty, she's the Belfast City. She's Georgian, 1, 2, 3. Please don't tell me who is she.
Name dropping in again.
Hey, you got your own song now.
But that could also be his father. His father was also Pat's named after my father. So we were so convinced that he was going to be a girl. We didn't have a boy's name picked out. And then when he was born, it was like, oh, what do we do now? So he
he wasn't going to be Pat either way. Was it going to be Patricia?
It would have been Molly, I think.
Oh, maybe we can start calling him Molly. I like that. On the golf.
That means I get to hit from the ladies' tees.
That's right.
So, well,
All right. Well, Mommy Bay Brewing Company, I know you said just one of many stops over the weekend, but that's the one I plan on seeing.
Okay, great.
It'll be a lot of fun.
It'll be a lot of fun, yeah.
So,
You're going to be out there for that?
And I'll be out there for that. I'll be out there, but Dan and I'll be out there for that. It's going to be a great time. So, but thank you guys. I know you got to get to the Thomas Warner Center next for
yes,
your next
we
skit.
do.
A nice little warm up here, though.
Oh, this was a good warm up.
Yeah.
So it was fun. Thanks for having us.
So, you got one more Irish joke before I put you on the spot. You always think of the kind of the lame ones when you're put on the spot.
Yeah, I know.
Not when you ask him about songs on the spot.
Yeah.
My brother Todd's born today.
Well, okay, all right. Seamus and his new bride, on their honeymoon night, he says to her, "I have to make a confession to you." She says, "I didn't tell you this before we got married because I thought you might not want to marry me, but I got to tell you now, and I hope we can work it out." He says, "I'm a golfer, and I play golf every day. I go out, I have to play at least 9 holes every day, or I just get cranky. I hope you don't mind. You know, we can do this." And she says, "Oh, no, Seamus, fine, no problem." She says, "Actually, I have a confession to make too. And I didn't want to tell you for fear that you might not want to marry me. But now that we're married and you told me, I can tell you." He says, "What?" She says, "I'm a hooker."
Oh.
He looks at her and he says, "Well, that's not so bad. You just adjust your feet and you loosen your grip a little bit. You'll be fine."
Oh, that's good. All right, repeat that for last Saturday on the radio.
That's a long one. I was gonna try to think of another one. Another Irish one.
I just heard this. I thought it was kind of cute. It's Mary had a little skirt.
Here, start over and go to that microphone.
Okay.
Or this one.
Goes like
Yeah,
this.
either one.
Mary had a little skirt. Its slit was up the side. And every time that Mary walked, the boys could see her thighs. She also had another skirt with slit right up the front. But she didn't wear that one.
You know, you that line you walk sometimes when you tell that joke other than
You do that?
Oh, okay. Well, we got a minute before we're gonna have to go back on air.
All right. Are we gonna say anything or
They can?
We'd love them to. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What would you?
No, I mean, don't say that joke.
No, don't tell any jokes. We're gonna go back on the air.
Should we do like a mass appeal, have them play us into the break with like a unicorn song or something?
Oh, the unicorn. Why the unicorn song?
Because it's a mass appeal. People aren't Irish. It's like it makes them.
We should have definitely done the Scotsman live, but
Yeah.
Okay, or we could. I mean, it's like Facebook Live. That's fine.
Or is there another really
you have
funny
a fun one that's
Patty Murphy is it's a fun one, but it's
not like hilarious, haha, but
That's still pretty funny though. Eddie Murphy's good.
All right, do you want to, and then we'll do the Kenny Chesney contest at 35?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a live?
Yeah, you'll be on air. Yeah.
Okay.
K100, Chris Stapleton is going to be live at the Huntington Center. Can't wait to see that big show. It's going to be so much fun. Another show. You can see this
tonight and tomorrow.
The Extra Stout.
Yeah,
we're talking about all the festivities for St. Patrick's Day weekend. This weekend, of course, starting with Shamrock Shuffle in downtown tonight. Up in the Blarney tent. Up in the Blarney tent. Many good things to come. Great food, great company. Lots of great beer flowing and Extra Stout to Toledo's premier Irish band showing up in a lot of those places. So we got Ellen and Mike McCarty here and Pat, Guy the 419.
What?
See on his parents.
Yeah, it's Mom and Dad. They're here. And they're going to be playing. They got multiple gigs this weekend, but on St. Patty's Day. If you're looking to hear about St. Patty's Day. Blarney, you guys are out there noon to 3. Their event center, and then at Mommy Bay, and this is where I'm going to be. You're going to be at this one too. Out at Mommy Bay, and that's going to be from 5 to 8 in the event center. Mommy Bay Brewing. So Mommy Bay Brewing. Make sure you go out there. Lots of good beer out there. Lots of good beer out there. Lots of good music.
We're wondering what you're going to experience when you get out there. Well, let's
you've got a full band.
You've got a full band that'll be out there. So today it's the two of you, but then you'll have your full band.
Middle player in there. You got the bass guitar.
You got the bass guitar. You got the wow, this is a whole shit. Can you do a little? Can you do a little? Can you give us a get us into a little spirit with maybe a quick song?
There's gonna be a cut off when it's This is by Irish Funeral. The night that Patty Murphy died is a night I'll never forget. Some of the boys got loaded, drunk, and ate so yes. The bottle was passed around. Every man was feeling. Oh, there he came with a bagpipe, so he was for to play. That's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They say it was, they say it was this long shady weekend night. The place was full the night that Murphy died. As Mrs. Murphy said, Mrs. Murphy was out her street. Kelly and his gang came, tearing down the streets. Went to a went with a bottle of whiskey, got the roll with the corpse to keep that whiskey cold. That's how they show their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they show their honor and their pride. They say it was a shame that we kept one another. And every drink in the place was full the night that Murphy died. About 2 o'clock this morning, after in the morning, door rolled open the icebox, lit the secret Patty's mug. Was stopping the box, so Mrs. Murphy Fox would tell the time. Couldn't tell the quarter after. We argued it was 9. That's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a shame that we just one another. Every drink in the place was full the night that Murphy died. Well, they stopped first on George Street outside St. George Street. They all walked in at 8:30. Staggered out at noon. The graveyard, so the graveyard line. And found out when they got there, they left the corpse behind. Well, that's how they showed their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a shame that it was just long another. Every drink in the place was full the night that Murphy died. Oh, the night that Patty Murphy died. It's a night I'll never forget. Some of the boys got loaded drunk, and they got loaded drunk. As long as the bottles got around, the big man was stealing. Oh, here he came with a bagpipe. He had the door to play. That's how they show their respect for Patty Murphy. That's how they show their honor and their pride. They said it was a shame that we kept one another. Every drink in the place was full the night that Murphy died. Every drink in the place was full the night that Murphy died.
Yes! Extra Stout, Ellen
Ellen and Mike McCarty, just two of the members of the band, and everywhere this weekend where there's something Irish happening. Stop here this weekend. It's wonderful. Please come back.
And we got a lot of other music coming up this weekend. Here to tell you about it. The music, no.
Hope y'all were able to make it out to the great shows that we had last weekend. I know we all showed up and showed out for Pasta for a Purpose. Thank you to everyone who showed up to support a great cause, and a special thank you to Southwest Bistro for hosting an amazing event. We all know cancer sucks. Toledo, we got lucky this year. We got the whole weekend to celebrate St. Patty's Day. Starting off today, catch Ben Bialis kicking off St. Patty's Day weekend at Chevy's, or head over to Bar 145 and catch a band that's been rocking Toledo and St. Patty's Day for years, the Delaney's. And yours truly will be headed home to do a Holland show at Jed's on Bancroft. This one is for the entire family. Jed's will have the jigs, and I'll have the jams. On Saturday, if you didn't catch the Delaney's at Bar 145, you can catch Hard Candy, or if you're feeling lucky, head over to Hollywood Casino so you can catch JP and the Energy. And for all my East Toledo, Oregon people, your girl is going to be performing at Harborview Yacht Club starting at 6. This event is open to the public. And St. Patty's Day, Sunday Lucky Day, I'll be kicking off the day at Kickstand from noon to 3. Come jam and get your jigs. And for anybody that's looking to go downtown, Cock and Bull has got you covered with Danny Boy Metler from 1 to 5 and St. Phoenix from 5:30 to 9:30. Toledo, with a lineup like this, you'll be sure to have a great St. Patty's Day weekend. Hope to see y'all out, and be on the lookout for All Your Music Now, Fridays on K100 and Guy in the 419 with yours truly, Andy Joe Taylor.
Any difference? It should have sounded just like it sounded on the radio. But
Right. Yeah, I have no idea. So, all right. All right. Now, coming in here to join us to help spill the tea is Rebecca Witte. And where is
about the imagination station? Look what they sent over. Moon pies.
Moon pies. I'll take one for later.
Yeah,
I'll take a moon pie for later.
Pat, I did not realize that was your parents. That's so sweet.
That's
I
doesn't
love
even make it extra special.
I
love them anyway, but
they're just oh hey.
Yep, we're gonna get you in there.
How do you do?
You are. There we go.
Am
Got
I
the,
there? Okay.
got the nice wide angle there, buddy.
Ooh.
All right. So Marco went to go get something to drink. But you know what? Actually, what I want to do?
Yeah, what's up?
While we're in here, before we spill the tea and get into all this stuff, we're gonna do this.
Let's do something. He's making sure that it looks so good for me.
Lynn, will you put this up there on his?
It's one of these things. When I get in the studio, I get treated like some kind of. I'm just kidding.
Look at this screen. On this screen.
Check that out.
There we go. That's gonna put it a little closer to you.
Nice.
There we go.
We'll need to be close.
Push it back.
There we go.
There we are. All
Yeah.
right.
Oh wow.
So, look at the two of you over there just diving into that food.
I'm gonna
Man, look at them.
So,
we had moon pies.
Moon pies. What's in the what is in a moon pie? It's like a wafer. It's a cookie with is it marshmallow in between?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And chocolate.
All right, bring your camera up a little bit there, Marco. All right, so here we go. It's the 9:32 hour. We're doing this an hour later than we normally do, but this is we're spilling the tea with Rebecca Witte.
Hello.
How about that damn stingray? Has it had its baby yet?
No, still pregnant, but I have
All right.
more info. I will come prepared with more info every time I'm determined.
All right,
So,
we're gonna follow the story as it goes.
she is carrying one pup. They're called pups.
Okay.
At least that we know. And I think shark babies are also called pups. So sting or shark, it would be pup.
Okay.
Carry one pup for sure. This self-impregnation thing is called
carcinogenesis.
That's okay, Mark. We can pronounce it either.
Carcinogenesis.
That's true.
And when the offspring does come out,
How do we know she just didn't sneak out late at night?
That's the tea. That's the stingray tea.
Right, yeah.
She snuck out of her enclosure like an octopus and
Right.
found some stingray tail. Get it? Do they have tails?
Yeah.
All right. And when the offspring does come out, they're gonna separate them for observation, but all of the tank, stimulation stuff will be the same.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that. I want to see the babies. Next, we've got Mr. Beast. He's recently come under fire a little bit for having a little bit too much of a hustler mentality. He was in an interview where they're kind of discussing love versus work and how he's so committed to his job. And he says he wants somebody who can sit and learn with him, watch the same content as him, listen to the same podcast, reads the same book. But then he goes on to say, because otherwise it would be a waste of time, because he could be making $10,000 an hour.
Sure.
Well, let me say this about Mr. Beast. Number one, he gives a lot of money away. It's not like he's doing this to keep it. He actually still lives in a house like from the 70s. He doesn't even. This guy actually was offered. He has a number of different YouTube channels. He has over 100 million followers. He was offered over $1 billion to sell his conglomerate to.
And I'm sorry, but I've really got to get a live spot because we got
Okay.
three. We can't get them all in next break, so I got to do it like now.
All right.
Go ahead.
We're going to do it.
I love these live spots.
Bowling Green State University has been recognized by U.S. News and World Reports as one of the nation's top public universities.
And this is an again.
This is
the
an again.
consecutive year to be
18th consecutive year to be included in the best
and
colleges
BGSU's
rankings.
reputation
And
for
BGSU's
excellence that carries
reputation
over
for
to so
excellence that
many
carries over to
things,
so
like its
many
engineering
things, like
department.
its engineering
It sets
department.
the university
Sets
aside,
the
like so many
university
other things.
aside, like so
And
many
at
other
Bowling Green,
things.
what they've done
And
is
at
they've
Bowling
created
Green, what they've
programs
done is
that
they've
meet the
created
needs of
programs that
industry
meet
partners.
the
So what it
industry
means,
partners.
students
So what it
ready
means,
at graduation to
students
fill the
ready at
engineering
graduation to fill the engineering
employer needs.
the
So
employer
students there, they're learning the science,
Students
the
there,
math,
they're learning the science, the
hands-on
math, and they
skills
gain
in
hands-on
high demand fields like
high
robotics,
demand fields,
advanced manufacturing,
robotics,
software,
advanced
systems
manufacturing,
engineering.
software,
They
systems
collaborate
engineering.
the real-world problems. They're
Real-world
part of
problems.
solving these, and they
Part of
participate in
solving
paid
these,
co-ops to gain experience. Not only is BGSU helping to get you a degree, they're helping
degree, they're helping you to
a
secure
rewarding
a
career.
future with rewarding career.
They're
In
changing
growing
tomorrow.
fields.
So
They're
choose
changing
BGSU.
tomorrow. So
It's
choose
bold,
BGSU.
innovative
It's
approach to
bold,
engineering.
innovative
You're
approach
so
to
glad
engineering.
you
You're going to be so
want to
glad
know
that you
more, make
did.
sure
If
you
you
get
want to know
online
more,
now.
make sure you get online now.
BGSU.edu/engineering.
All right. All right. So basically, Mr. Beast is under fire because he's saying, look, I'm going to be in a relationship with somebody. They got to be on my level. They got to have the same interest in creating content, stuff like that.
Some people are just wondering if it toes this work-life balance line. Because it's basically like, I don't want to spend my time with anybody if it is not productive, which I understand, but where do you draw a healthy
You have to
balance?
understand that he was the first
He's on
person
all the
that
time.
is content is king. His life is content.
Yes.
Right.
Like everything about him is
it's all content.
Well,
Now-
we were just talking about this earlier. You can't stop. If you want to be
Right.
on top,
Right.
you
You
cannot
have to create
stop.
content
Because
every
the
single day.
competition
What he's
just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Exactly right. So I would say, so people are like, oh, so what they're saying, it's basically like, oh, he's.
I don't think anybody really had like a super visceral response to it, at least not that I have seen. But there was a question of, is this a healthy thing that he's maintaining? Because he will also say he will say that he gets obsessive about stuff like simply the brightness of his thumbnails. He will spend hours and hours obsessing over.
Nice.
So
And look where he is.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Look where he is. So I would say,
he also doesn't have a healthy relationship with a woman, which he does
Not
want.
everybody needs. Which
Yeah.
he wants.
Which
Well, I
he
think
he
it's
does
not.
want. But here's what I would say: flip the genders. If it were a woman doing this, everybody would be applauding her, saying, "No, you go, girl. You do your thing." If a man wants to be with you, they got to be up to your level.
I'll offer the other side of it. 'Cause I
Okay.
acknowledge that is definitely something that you would hear.
Yeah.
I totally agree. You would definitely get that feedback. From a different perspective, though, I also have have you focused on making a family in it? Your clock is ticking. I mean, I even get that, even as a single mom.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, you work a lot. Do you spend enough time with your daughter? It's like, no, yeah, I'm good. Like, I can handle everything. So I get where people are coming when they're like, is he
I get
doing
that.
too much with his work, or does he need more of an interpersonal relationship
I'm
thing?
not to speak for him, but I think he's so involved. I think what he wants is somebody that can be involved with him.
Right.
So
That's
that
what it
he can
sounds
have
like.
a relationship and have the channel and have everything.
That's
exactly what it
with
sounds
that.
like. Yeah, I think he's smart actually, because then it's somebody who can really be in tandem and unison with what he's doing. And yeah,
I think there's a couple that did that really well. Actually, we mentioned her when we were talking off air earlier this week. Jenna Marbles and her partner Julian Solomita. They did a really great job.
How is there an echo right now? I've got the thing down. I don't know how anybody's hearing an echo right now.
Is it my camera? Did we because we switched cameras?
Did one of the cameras get a mic on? Or?
Lynn's did. How Lynn?
What? Your camera microphone.
It was Lynn's.
Turned it on so people could hear the live spot.
No.
Let us know if we've still got that.
No, that wasn't.
We're
Okay, no, we're good. We're good now.
So that's the
We're good
Mr.
now.
Beast news.
Yeah.
Just that debate kind of popped up, and
All
it
right.
was interesting amongst young people and an older generation to see how the opinions varied, but it was very mixed. It was very kind of all over the place.
All right.
Listen, if you love something, there's nothing better than, like, for instance, you love golf, and I'm sure if your wife wanted to take up golf and you had somebody to watch the kids, probably be fun for you to golf and hang out.
Yeah. I'd be out golfing a lot more, I'll tell you that, if my wife could take up golf.
Yeah,
it's that common denominator. You want something in common with the person. You know, you want them to
no
love what you
shot
love.
caller, AJ. That was not my mistake.
Be
I'll
very
tell you
clear.
what.
All
Next
right, cool.
up, we have the sea glass community. This is kind of our niche tea of the week.
Okay.
So the question here is to seed or not to seed. Now, seeding for sea glass. Sea glass is just when we used to dump a bunch of stuff in the ocean, which used to happen. The glass would get rolled and tumbled over years and years and deposited back onto the beaches. People collect this. They make jewelry out of it.
I got a little collection of it.
Yeah,
You do?
exactly. And the
Sea glass?
idea here is that this is, also valuable because it happens over, it doesn't take a year to make a piece of sea glass. It takes years and years and years. So likely what you're finding is historic pieces of glass, particularly red pieces, because red glass was not made for very long. The issue here is that people are starting to see a decline in sea glass because we stopped dumping junk into the ocean.
Which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, which is not a bad thing. And here is the problem is people are starting to take marbles or like those kind of like semi-flat decoration stones, or even just thicker pieces of glass like beer bottles and stuff, breaking them up into small pieces and depositing them off the shore or very close to the shorelines as a way to
that's not going to be good
seed
to step on.
People are
new
stupid.
glass.
People are stupid. What a dumb thing to do. Why is this even why is this even a debate?
Why is this a thing?
Why is this-
I'm dope doing
Why
it. But
are
really,
you?
this
Why
is a
are people
thing?
stupid like that?
Wow.
And I guess
Wow.
it's a big piece of contention amongst the sea glass community. And there are these sea glass purists. who
They
say-
need a new hobby. Is what they
Glass
need.
purist, dude.
How stupid! I'm gonna break up glass and
All
throw
I
it
know
on
is
the
my
beach.
little collection might be
So-
growing in value.
So how do you feel about them depositing marbles or the
Terrible idea. What a stupid idea.
Yeah, it
What
is
a dumb idea.
basically littering, in my opinion.
But now,
right?
here's the
It's
thing.
so
I
dumb.
mean, if it's truly a thing with some people, can't you figure out a way to do it? Like how you
Can't
push
you get a tank of salt water?
fine washables in your washer and you contain it to a little bag,
Well,
to
and-
keep better care of it. So is there some kind of fine
Mhm.
bag or something?
Or
if you really
take
want to
a
do
tank
that,
of
or-
salt water. Put your glass
it's like
in there.
man-made
Or a rock
diamonds. They
tumbler.
found a way to
Rock
make diamonds
tumbling, and that's what people are
in a
suggesting.
laboratory.
The other part of this is that they don't, the marbles and the small rocks, if we exclude the broken glass, it's not, they say, well, it's not plastic. It's not actually adding any bad toxins. There's no chemicals going into the
Oh, okay.
water.
Just
Sand
shards of
naturally-
broken glass
Yeah.
as people are trying to enjoy themselves at the beach.
Seems like it can't be
Right.
great for the wildlife.
Right.
Why
Yeah.
can't they just put it way out in the middle of the ocean?
Well, yeah, why aren't they just? Well, maybe they're afraid of the fish swallowing the marbles and stuff. That's what I was
Or
thinking.
the glass. I was thinking the
Right.
glass, but
Right.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Thinking it's an egg or something and they eat it.
Yeah,
Maybe
get a
can't-
rock tumbler.
Yeah.
We have enough turtles with straws in their noses
That's what I'm
Yes.
saying.
that we have to worry about.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not for putting stuff in the ocean. We need to get it out of the ocean, I think. But
I think keep.
I think you should. If you just leave it alone, it'll become. Lynn's right. It'll become more valuable. Be like gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll just be enough to whatever. And if you have some, good for you.
Yep.
So we've got a kind of an update. Love is Blind. They had their reunion.
Well,
So
Dude, there's something. So somebody told, I think it was on Reddit. This lady was at the airport and she heard something about somebody say, "Did you see so and so?" And it's like about some dress or something. And she says, "Oh my God, are you watching Love is Blind?" And she said, by the time she got to her flight, there was 40 women in this airport all talking about this.
Yep.
It made me really feel like I'm missing something.
it's a big cultural thing.
We have dead air.
We've got airtime, everybody.
K100, Lynn and Marco. It is a Friday Facebook Live. It is a Feel Good Friday as well. And we've been saying good things on our Facebook page. If you've got anything good going on, we'd love to hear from you as well. Man, I haven't gotten to these texts, but
a lot of them. Thank you so much for everybody who participated all morning long. Text what's next, and then the input with the Feel Good Friday stories. We love hearing from you always.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll continue that right here. Of course, it's Friday Facebook Live. Pat McCarty, guy the 419, is also here. Big things happening this weekend. We'll get to that in just a couple minutes here on K100. We got to get this spot and another spot in.
Yeah, and the V Create. I couldn't pull up the V Creative. It's spinning. I couldn't get a keyword for Kenny.
All right, well, we'll get that in a second.
We're doing a live spot?
No. We need to get this commercial break and the next one. So we're a little behind. But
all right, so real quick, Love is Blind.
Real quick,
in 30 seconds.
In 30 seconds, boy named Trevor is in big, big trouble. When they were bringing up his tea of he had a relationship before the show, and as soon as he was out of the pods, he was already texting that girl again, saying hey, I love you. But everybody is thinking that him and the girl that he dated in the pods, Chelsea, were really, really in love because they were really emotional. And on the reunion tour, you could see he was welling up with tears. Now, I think maybe the crocodile got a little scared of the spotlight and he was embarrassed. That's why he was maybe getting a little emotional. But you could see, literally, I'm going to try to do a retake here for anybody watching the Facebook Live. They were really, 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 it was zooming in on his face when they were recapping his tea. And he was he was not feeling good about how himself was looking.
Yeah.
So that's the big tea there. And it was, I'll admit, they kind of dogpiled on him. They made a big portion of the reunion about the villain. But if you make yourself the villain. So I guess that's kind of the debate here is people were wondering, did they go too harsh? Was his reaction to his own thing kind of telling? Did he deserve it all? Did we give him a break?
Does anybody really care?
Apparently all the women in the airport do.
If you go on a reality show to find love in any way, shape, or form, you're really just going to try to make yourself famous.
Yeah.
Right.
I think anything that happens to you is deserved.
Wow.
Yeah. Here's what I want to know. Here's what I really want to know.
Okay.
Is Kate Middleton dead?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, that I did have that on my list though.
I don't think so either, but I think she's got something real wrong with her.
Oh, there is something going on because that photo, you saw that photo?
It's all
it came out, it was all doctored up and everything. There were lush leaves on the trees.
And what she was practicing her Photoshop.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
She's not Photoshopping Jack.
She's not doing anything.
No.
You don't think she's dead?
I don't think she's dead. I wonder if it's a mental health thing.
Because abdominal surgery is what they said, though. But they did spot her in that car with her mom. She was in the car.
But people were saying it didn't even look like
there's
her,
body doubles.
Right.
And let me tell you something.
That's true.
This is what I love. And you and I talked about this, Rebecca, a couple of days ago. The thing that I love right now is that, and I don't know where these people get their time, and I don't know how they're doing it, but there are so many internet people that you can't, let's put it this way, you can't put anything out without somebody, they're going through everything and finding hey, this is not true. This is false. This picture is doctored. This and really one big way to see AI can't do, for whatever reason, they can't do teeth or fingers. That's the first place you look to see if something is AI. But there are so many internet police out there that it could be the Pope, it could be the president, but they fact check everything now. And I love it because lies don't stay around very long anymore.
Right. Yeah.
We had that story a couple weeks ago with that producer or the production company in Japan tweeting for somebody in Canada.
Yeah.
And people could tell because the comma had a tail.
Right.
Right.
I mean,
right.
They're out there.
So the lies are getting exposed quicker, which is why everybody's everything. They put out the picture and then she responded with we're not, I'm practicing my amateur
editing skills, my
and
Photoshop.
then you haven't heard nobody bought that line.
No.
So what is happening? That
means something.
So if she's not dead, I wonder who said mental health.
Me.
You said mental health. That's a very plausible thing. I can't imagine what it's like being a part of that family.
Getting her out of
and I think that maybe the surgery obviously happened. Maybe the recovery didn't go so well, and they were stressed about how they were going to handle it, and then maybe things kind of devolved.
But why not just be honest with that?
No,
she had surgery.
They think that you think King Charles is actually dead. That's the big rumor.
I think if they humanize the royalty, they gain a lot of love back because the trust in Kensington Palace is huge.
Right.
When they put out bad information like this, which they almost never, ever, ever do.
That's what I'm saying. So they say
I
King
thought
Charles died.
I thought they almost tried to deflect from her by bringing him up.
I thought
Well,
immediately.
because and now they slowly speed for, hey, he got cancer, but it's the people in the tinfoil hat world, he's already dead, and they're just getting people ready for the fact that and who knows, you don't know anymore, man.
No, right? Ever since the Queen died, everything is just so under a microscope.
It's but I don't know. I think I don't know. Why if she had surgery, if she had abdominal surgery and it didn't go well, there's no reason,
Just
right? There's no reason to cover that up, right?
Yeah.
Just like, oh no, everything's fine. No, you could say, you know what? She had abdominal surgery. She's not recovering as well as she wants, but we're keeping an eye on her. Everything.
They would never say that though.
Why not?
Because it's about the pristine look of the regal.
Oh, but you just said that they get more of love from the community when they're more humanized. You know, like we're
right.
this. That would actually be very good PR. Like, man, she's a mother and she had this. There's no reason. They have no reason to hide that.
The whole migration of Harry and Meghan over to the United States, I think this generation of the royal family, they are under such scrutiny.
Oh, they're feeling fractured.
It's a very delicate balance right now to keep them positive in the public eye because people are taking sides, and
that's why I think mental health,
maybe,
for sure. Now, if she had a psychotic break, that's something that you would hide.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to show that.
Right.
But,
well, and I mean, that can happen. I mean, all sorts of things happen to your brain when you go under.
Yeah. Maybe she even had a miscarriage. Maybe it was something like that. And maybe it went into an emotional thing, and maybe she's not sure if she wants to share it.
Sure.
The point is, wherever there's smoke, there's usually fire.
Yeah, something big is going on.
Something is happening. They're not telling us.
Because she had real challenges with each one of her pregnancies.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
That's wild. What a strong woman.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of what's going on.
I agree.
But I do want to thank our sponsor for this hour. This is Costa Oil that is sponsoring this hour. They always do a fantastic job. Here they are.
Okay, so we have
1 minute. No, where we had to blow that song.
We've got.
All right.
We're going to do that in 20 seconds.
Oh, no.
All right.
So
I got caught eating my moon pie.
You did get caught eating your
How
moon
long
pie.
is your cost of oil?
So what's that?
How long? We only have 10 seconds.
It's done. We're back on right now.
All right. Oh, Kenny Chesney, take her home. How about you can see him live when he starts the tour? You won't be taking the tour home. You'll be starting the tour down in Tampa. Zach Brown Band, Megan Maroney, Uncle Cracker, all going to be there hitting 18 stadiums across the U.S. And we have got your shot of how you can get in. It's pretty cool. Prize provided by Warner Music Nashville.
You're talking about a big concert flyaway. So you've got, everything from the round trip airfare to hotel accommodations and hanging out with Kenny and the crew. And this is the last day to be listening for those national keywords and get yourself qualified to win.
That is right. 95819 is the number you got to text, and you text this to it right now. Living, Living, living to 95819. You do that, you're in, and you could be in Tampa to see Kenny Chesney.
How did this morning get away? It's gone so fast, and there's still so much I'd love to do.
Oh, my God.
We're talking about all the events of the weekend. Of course, St. Patrick's Day. Thank you, Pat, for so much for inviting your mom and dad to come in.
You're the best, Pat. Even though you don't golf with anybody.
I do. Let's do it next week. It's going to happen.
So many fun things going on through the weekend. We talked about many of them, from Shrine Circus to Monster Jam. It's so thrilled to be able to give away tickets to so many people to those events. Something we neglected to mention, the new baby elephant is going to be revealed at the Toledo Zoo, so public can go visit for the first time on tomorrow.
I can't believe they named it Trunky McTrunkface.
No, they didn't, and they've unveiled the name. So before you go and you want to know his name, it's not, but it's close.
Peter.
Kirk.
Is it Kirk? It's Kirk. That's my favorite.
Does it have a last name?
Not that I'm aware of.
Trunk Face, it is.
All right, Kirk
Trunk Face.
I love
You
that.
heard it here first.
I love
it.
Animals. Yeah, I had a cat named Steve. I just love that. So that's good.
I had a friend there was Captain Steve.
Oh, well, might have been related there. All right. Well, special thanks to everybody who made our show great today. Rebecca's in here, and thank you for this week filling in for Lynn while she was on her beautiful vacation. And Pat, thank you for everything you do here. Friday Facebook Live, always a big success.
I always love it. It's been so great.
What do you got? Any last things here before we get to last laugh?
Well, if you're gonna do something with the kids this weekend, be sure to take them out to go see Annie Jr. out at the Franciscan Center, put on by the Sylvania Youth Art. Sylvania Arts Youth, that's what it is. And make sure you go out and see that. That's going to be tonight, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, and Sunday afternoon.
What part does your daughter play in?
She's one of the orphans.
Yeah,
she's one of the orphans. So
break a leg, kiddo.
Yeah, awesome.
Can
All
I
right.
say happy birthday to my dad real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Dad. Eric Witte. It's your birthday. The Ides of March, Pirate Day. Good luck today.
Is it Pirate Day?
Yeah, the Ides of March.
All right, there you go. All right, we leave you here with one last laugh. Have a great weekend. Thanks to everybody who joined us on Facebook and who makes this show great. You guys are fantastic. You're the reason we do it.
It's time for one last laugh
We are just way too mature to find that funny.
on K100.
The last laugh of the day is brought to you by J. Foster Jewelers and Pat McCarty. Take the stage.
Yeah, a good friend of mine just married an Irishman.
Yeah,
oh, really?
No, O'Reilly.
Oh, does he own our part story?
There we go. All right.
All right.
There's your Irish. I've got a lot more Irish jokes, but they're all
Most you
longer.
probably
They're all
can't
longer.
tell, or you can't.
You hear about the Irishman that goes into a bar in New York City?
No.
Did you hear about this? He goes into a bar in New York City and he sits down. He says, "Pardon me, bartender." He says, "Might I have a Guinness, please, and a shot of Jameson's?" The man sitting next to him says, "Pardon me for asking, but you don't sound like you're from around here." He says, "Well, no, as a matter of fact, I'm from the mother country." He says, "Oh, get out of here. Well, I'm from the mother country as well. I can't believe it. Hey, bartender, bring us a round of drinks here for my new friend and I, both of us from the mother country here at a bar in New York City." He says, "That's amazing." He says, "I got to know." He says, "Where in the mother country did you grow up?" He says, "I grew up in Cork." "No, I grew up in Cork. This is amazing. Bartender." "Oh, I told bartender, bring us another round of drinks here. My new friend and I are both from the mother country, both from Cork. I don't believe it." They're drinking. He says, "I got to know." He says, "Where in Cork did you grow up?" He says, "Well, I grew up on McGuffey Street." The devil, you say? I grew up on McGuffey Street. Bartender, I don't believe this. Both of us from the mother country grew up on McGuffey Street in Cork. Here at a bar in New York City. This is unbelievable. Bring us another. Bring the whole bottle. And they're drinking down. They're laughing. They're crying. They're having a great... By the time a third guy walks in, he says, "Hey, Frank, what's going on?" Bartender says, "Oh, same old, same old. The O'Malley twins are drunk again."
I love it. Love it.
So
that's good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again, Costa Oil. We love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for Keith Clonch. What a guy.
Good
Keith
guy.
O'Clonch, as it is this weekend.
Oh, yeah,
Keith
especially this weekend.
O'Clonch. But Marco, you're driving out to Maryland this weekend.
I am.
Well, safe travels to you.
Thank you.
Drive safely. So that means you're out for golf on Saturday then, is what you're saying.
Oh,
All right.
man. You
Oh,
need the
Saturday,
Clubs in the,
all of a
yeah, the
sudden.
clubs in the car for
He
God's
could
sake.
go,
Yeah,
but
jeez.
I
Can
mean,
you
all
believe
the
it?
other 83 times of asking.
Can you believe it?
Nothing.
So thank you, Kevin Webb from David R Webb Builders. Thank you for being
We
a
love you,
sponsor on
Kevin.
here. And Lynn, you're going to be out at Mommy Bay Brewing on
I'm
Sunday.
thinking Shamrock Shuffle tonight.
Oh, are you
We've got
really?
the O'Shea, Jigs dinner. going on,
Oh,
and then
no,
after
yes,
that-
your big family dinner.
Yeah. And then
Where are you
on
having that?
You know what? We're actually going to wind up at my nephew Michael's house.
Oh,
for it. So
nice.
everybody's schedule wasn't getting together to actually go out and do it. So after that, then I'm going to head over to Mommy Bay Brewing Company and check out your folks.
The O'Shea family. I love it. Rebecca, do you have any where you're going to celebrating the holiday
Are
weekend?
you still in St. Patrick's Day character there?
What's that?
It feels like you're still in the character there.
Sometimes when I start talking with the brogue, sometimes it's a little hard to stop it because you just kind of get into it and you just can't stop.
Yeah. Red hair dismay. I am not Irish.
I know you're not Irish.
Plans
I know you're not Irish, but I'm just saying, if you are, do you have plans this weekend?
I don't have a sitter for Sunday, but if maybe I'll do something fun with Molly. What are some kid-friendly St. Patrick's Day activities?
There's not many of them.
Yeah.
But the circus is in town.
But hey, the circus is in town.
Yes.
We'll go see the circus.
See,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good
There we
thing
go.
to do.
There is one that I saw. What is it? It's Well, I don't know. Actually, you know what? You could actually, if you could take her out to the Blarney from 12 to 3 if you want to go hear Extra Stout. There will be kids there. There's always kids
fun.
there.
That would be great.
Yeah, that's at noon. People are still pretty.
Yeah,
it's lunch hour.
Yeah,
because we'd always have a hard time finding a place that would take our kids in because so many of them would be 21 and over.
Right. But you go into the Blarney Event Center, go in there. You'll be able to take your kids in there. You'll be able to have a great time there.
That would be great.
So, all right, we got the weekend ahead of us. Thank you to Clint McCormick for coming in.
Yeah.
Thank you to Mayor Wade Kapszukiewicz. Now that we know how to officially say his last name, Marco was correct for once. And we also want to thank Pet and Dandy's for bringing us some corned beef and cabbage.
Wonderful.
And apparently it was great. And there it is.
You can take it home. There's still some left.
I'm so excited.
And and Mike and Ellen McCarty from Extra Stout. Thanks for being in here. It was what a show.
Oh,
what a show.
Pies from the Imagination Station.
And the moon pies from the Imagination Station. I'll enjoy that later. I got to get over to Perrysburg High School now to do my career day speech.
Well, go be inspiring.
All right. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll